Hello and welcome back to the Pop Tap Podcast, the podcast that's as sweet as soda for breakfast. I'm one of your hosts, Brent, Kruscke, the upholder of the unpopular opinion. And joining me today is always the ghost host, Jacob Stokes.
Boop.
The Pop Tap Podcast is filmed in front of a live Twitch audience, so if you want to be part of that audience, like Tron is already, you can jump on over to twitch.tv/RealPixel and join in on the conversation. If you just want to listen to it or you just want to see the VOD later on, patreon.com/RealPixel is a good place to do it, or youtube.com/RealPixel.
What is that emo, dude?
Oh my God, I didn't even realize it's Cody
Crybaby? That's okay.
Do you guys have code red 0? No, it's green. It's just being green screened out. So it looks like it's red because we have the red line in the back.
Is it on this side that the red line's at?
Yeah.
Code red 0 would be pretty cool, but I don't know what it is. I've been on a Mountain Dew thing. I mean, I had a couple regulars because it was like we were out of soda.
Yeah.
And we only had the blue ones. And I was like,
You got to get going.
I gotta get something. I need some caffeine. Well, because I didn't have anything at home in the morning when I was like, all right, I need something.
Yeah.
But I got Mountain Dew Zero syrup for the Soda Stream at home.
Oh yeah.
So I've been doing the syrup at home and doing these here. I'm like, man, these are fire.
All right, I'll try that. Oh no, I know that. I've just hear Code Red 0 is great and cannot find it. Oh, I didn't know.
So do we have it?
Period. I haven't seen it.
I haven't been doing the looking. I mean, when I went to go buy these, where'd I get them?
Tom's?
No.
You asked me. I said Tom's.
I know. You told me to go to Tom's. You mentioned something.
Walmart?
Where the fuck did I get these?
Meijer? Target?
Target.
You sound so confident.
I don't remember. Well, it was TC Paintball Day because I also came back with $800. Remember?
Yeah.
That was a great thing.
Yep. So that was like all the way. There's so many places between there and here that you could have. Okay.
I mean, how many times have I driven to the peninsula since then? You know.
That's true.
Who?
Anyway, Tron, I loved the ending, dude. It was incredible. Tron in the chat bringing up the ending
first chat before we even started.
Yeah,
like,
before
oh
we even
God.
started, dude.
Oh my
Talking
God.
about the Elimination Chamber that just happened, WWE over the weekend. God, it was such a good show. I was hype all by myself in the bedroom. I'd get up, I'd stand up, I'd do the and then I literally rewound it. And I was like, Bethany, you have to come watch this. She put down her controller, paused, avowed, walked over.
Okay.
I showed her just the ending bit, and I was like, is that crazy?
Well,
Last night at Tron, I've got one match left.
Hey, Tron.
That's right. I was watching it before. I just didn't finish it.
So unfortunate because we have one day of filming busyness, like guaranteed,
and it's Monday nights. So
there's no live for it, but that's okay because we don't really partake in the social media side of wrestling.
Yeah, no. But
WrestleMania the 19th, 20th. Like we gotta schedule it, plan it out. We know that we're gonna be work free because we got a traveler.
Yep.
We gotta work on timing.
Try to get out.
All of our videos are going to be released for Dragonstorm, right?
We're trying to get to Vegas.
Oh, hey, no.
Oh, just watching?
Whoa, yeah, just watching.
Okay. I was like, for sure. I was like, damn, chill. Okay, yeah, we're good.
I like that your gears started turning.
I was like, oh my God, Vegas.
We're going.
I was like, we're going to be in Vegas the next
you
month.
suggested, I said, no, absolutely not.
Maybe 2 months ago. Yeah, 2 months after that. Okay. But yeah, no, we definitely got to watch it because I'm super hyped. Bro, let's go. We'll be in Vegas in June. We send in our application for stuff. We'll be there hopefully in June.
Well, yeah, hopefully. I mean, there's chances that things
could
don't work
happen,
out, but
that's the current
we
plan.
haven't booked a flight. We don't have a hotel.
Right.
Still waiting a bit.
Yep. So, but yeah, limited. So I guess get into housekeeping a bit. What we've been watching, what we've been playing. But first, streams this week. Thursday, I'll probably be playing Bloodborne because Alec's usually still busy. Friday, I think me and Alec are going to jump on Fly Night. We're going to give that a shot. I don't know how long it is.
One,
yeah. So we might have to jump. We've got Monster Hunter in the back pocket or Halo, Cursed Halo. We might jump to either of those, but we might just ball on Monster Hunter because if Fly Night's long enough, we don't want to start a Halo Curse and not be able to finish it for 2 weeks, but we could ball on some Monster Hunter for a while.
Sure.
So that's kind of the plan right now. We're kind of floating because the reviews for Fly Night's amazing. It all looks great, but the one thing I keep seeing is it's short. The game's $6 though, so it's like It's like a cheeseburger.
Wait, they're
cost.
saying that like a negative?
No, they're just like a great game, cool. It's shorter than I would have liked, but literally someone's like, for the cost of a cheeseburger. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it talks about how there's different side passes, a bunch of loot to get, seamless co-op. Like
That's great.
It seems cool.
It's all good news.
We'll get
All good
into
news.
it. And seems cool to the point where you can get loot and trade loot. Like you can actually share stuff that you pick up. So it's like actually co-op in my head. It's like everything's together. So we're gonna give that a shot.
You said shared loot. You can pick it up together. What do you mean? Like,
Well, like you could pick it up and you could trade. It's not
trade.
like
because I hear shared loot and I think like it drops a sword and one of us is going to pick up that sword. There's one of us getting the sword.
oh, okay.
That's how I hear like shared loot.
Okay.
I think I don't know what they call it otherwise, but it's like instanced loot. Where it's like in my instance they drop
That's
something
there,
and I
but
can
it's
pick it
not
up,
there.
and you pick up something else. Yeah, and any game that lets you trade anything, that's the way.
That's good. Yep.
I mean, there's games I've played that have gone way too far, where it's like there's a whole economy that's just it's like Warframe is one that has a whole website dedicated to trading.
Yeah.
And there's like market values. I'm like, as soon as we get into the stonks of it all, no, I just want to be able to send you something to get you started or
Yep.
whatever.
But that's to be streams this week. Now we're getting into what we watched and what we played because we actually watched a lot and played a lot. This last weekend was a lot of media for me in particular.
I didn't
media.
watch a lot. I mean, I guess I watched a lot of Time of Gundam.
Yeah.
As I've mentioned to you, because next week they're doing there is no anniversary for it.
No.
I don't know why it's coming in. Let me just double check.
Yeah,
Let me
just
make
do a
sure.
quick Google.
Doing a quick Google for the movie Char's Counterattack, which listed on IMDb 1988.
Okay.
So we're on the blank 7th year of it. 37th year.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So we're on the 37th year, and I'm like, I guess it could have been 2 years earlier in Japan or 3 years later in the U.S. to like measure an anniversary, but I can't seem to find that anywhere. So I really don't know why it's coming back, but it was March 12th, which is the first day it's available, is the 12th and the 16th, I think.
Yeah.
So it's got something to do with the release date, but I don't think they do it every year.
Yeah, maybe just a
You
good
know?
thing to land
Just like,
on.
hey,
but
we're gonna. Maybe there's also something in the movie that's like, oh, it's
blank years after.
0025 or something. You know, it's not, but something time related.
Yeah. Trying to watch a lot of EDH at work.
EDH.
Way to go.
What EDH you been watching, dude? We do EDH stuff. Did you know?
Trying to check it out or something.
I know he knows. Yeah. Just
We talked about it.
I want to hear him say it out loud.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I mean, yeah, Tron, have you been watching? I'm helping you.
But I've got
What you do
what you do. I got 80 episodes of Gundam to watch before
next Wednesday?
next Wednesday. Which I look at and I was like, okay, it's 33 hours divided here. How can I measure? Like, let me get the time in. And I've also realized that like they turned these into the one series into 3 compilation movies that are apparently dog shit. So I'm like tempted still. I'm like,
You're doing true anime watcher math right there. Where it's me, it's okay. They delayed a One Piece until April. I've got 600 episodes to get through. What can I do? Right now, I think I still got like 150 episodes or something to get through. Maybe less, but I've got more than I was hoping to have at this point. So I'm like, we got to get moving.
Yeah.
And of course, Bethany's all in Avowed and she just wants to game, which is great. But I'm like, I need you to watch One Piece with me.
well, and then I'm going to be begging you for Monster Hunter like I did
know.
this morning.
It's like,
Well, Char's Counterattack, there's things afterwards. There's Unicorn Gundam and Victory Gundam and all these other Gundam things. But they're ones that are like, it kind of ends the story that I've been caring about this up like all through where I'm at. Then I can go Gundam Seed, Gundam Wing, maybe the Build Fighters because I'm still curious about
Just
that
the
like
boop, boop,
Pokemon
boop,
style
boop,
one.
boop. Yeah.
I was like, then I can just like pick these shorter timelines. I mean, there's a lot of shows in there, but a lot of episodes, but not a lot of different shows.
yeah.
So excited to kind of be, I'm still checking boxes off. But also I've had a Gundam in the wings, no pun intended, just waiting. I've had it just sitting there waiting for me to build post the show. So
Do you want to show off your Gundam?
No.
Okay, never mind then. I'm sorry,
That's
guys.
for me, not for
That's
not
for
for these fucking
Except for
assholes.
anyone that walks through. Have you seen this Gundam I built? Come on over here.
Oh, I showed Ben.
You showed me.
Oh yeah, but you build stuff like that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm showing you. You also watched me build it.
That's true.
I was just missing the wings. It was more like, hey, Brent, I finished the wings.
Yeah. It was
But
crazy.
for Ben, I was like, I'll show him. CGB, he doesn't give a fuck. I'm not gonna drag his ass across. here
Anytime
all
you bring up
broken
Gundam,
legs.
because CGB's like, oh yeah,
I
we
do-
know
I do- it's- it's the
your
joke now.
gospel, we get it.
yeah, my propaganda.
yeah. But actually, it was weird. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Bethany's like, hey, you never showed me the knight you built, and I'm like, no, I didn't. Did you want to see it? She's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. So when we got home last night, I was like, here's the knight I built. I like it better than the Gundam I built because it's more posable. It
Yeah,
stays
the
together
cross
better.
legs. You can cross the legs, sit at crisscross applesauce.
I was like, I really
Awesome.
like this. It's better to pose. I think it's cool. And then also, if I get other ones, you can switch out armor pieces. I think it's a little bit more like interchangeable, and I just liked it a lot better. She's like, that's cool. I was like, yeah. I was like, is there some? I was like, she didn't ask before when I was like, I built the One Piece ship. She's like, yeah, that's cool. And then like looked away. That was it. So I was like, what's going on?
That is interesting.
It's interesting.
Shay was supposed to come to Gundam Build Day with us, but then we moved it from
Then we
Saturday to
shifted,
Thursday
yeah.
because of Monster Hunter stuff. So
And Derby's Thursday, right? So that
Derby,
was
her big Derby day is Thursday.
Big Derby day.
Big Derby day.
That's a great.
And then she had plans for Saturday as well in the evening and stuff. So it was all over the place.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Stokes, I should have the desk you sent me done this week. The deck you sent me this week. My kid looked at it, and is really looking to play it and cause pain.
Perfect. That's the I sent you the Urlock, right? Scourge Thrash. That'll be it's been putting the fucking paint on our friend group for sure.
I was gonna say,
I get all of the credit and flack like at the same time, depending on who's talking to me.
I think I would have auto read that as deck instead of desk, but you were just looking at desks.
I was
just like,
just looking.
Really,
at
you're already
desks.
talking Tron about desks?
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, I'm really in it, and I didn't talk to you about it. Imagine.
I saw the tail end of it. Everything's Gundam themed to your like order. It's on its way.
I ordered it.
Yeah, it's on its way, right?
Oh, cool. I just put it on your card. Is that good?
Yeah, it's not going to show up then.
That explains all those texts and calls I was
that's
getting.
so weird. Okay, that makes sense.
If
fraud
only.
alert. Fraud alert. Okay.
I wanted to pull
Okay.
up and show you because I just saw a new pre-order went live for an anniversary edition of the Going Merry, but I
Ooh.
just can't find it, dude.
The Going Merry anniversary.
that was his first Gundam build.
Yep.
Was the maybe it's a bit outside the
Oh, I'm sure it is.
price range.
Anniversary, anything is probably.
It's all the premium band. Look at all these fucking pop-ups I'm getting, dude. They're like, you're out of your country, you're out of your region.
What's your language? And then it
Just
didn't even.
fucking
Oh, then it did
translate.
translate. There we go.
But they're just dropping me in yen and stuff. I don't know, but that can't be too much, right? But look, it's got the cool 25th on there.
That's actually kind of cool.
Anyway, it's probably a big sticker.
Oh,
All right, I'll
it
stop
always
talking
is.
about Gundams.
It's always a big sticker.
I'll stop talking about them.
Okay.
Except,
I was gonna
No, I'm
say
just
it's not
kidding.
gonna. Yeah.
Did
we'll see how long.
you see Justin brought up the Perfect Grade Unleashed? They're doing a second one. You know the big box I got.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're doing a second Perfect Grade Unleashed.
So now you got to build the first. So you ready for the second, or
Well, I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working on it. I got birthday money, Christmas money that came in late. This probably like 3-4 days ago.
Yep.
And I'm already like, I've got carts everywhere. I'm just like, where do I start? How do I do this?
Oh gosh.
But then I'm also ripping all my pants in the dick. And I'm like, God, I need new pants. I need new pants. I got dick holes.
What do you mean ripping them?
I said the same thing to my mom recently, and she went, honey, I'm worried. That's what she said. And I was like, you're worried? She's like, what's going on down there that you're ripping holes through? I was like, oh, you think literally my dick. I was like, no, it's like the underneath. It's right in the middle.
Right.
I've been manspreading
Okay.
too far. So it's just, don't
Yeah.
hey, what do you, keep your eye, my eyes are up here, dude. Jesus.
You were showing.
I know, but you spread too far
All right.
and you start,
So it was for me. It was like because sometimes they rub and they wear down.
That's
eventually.
exactly what my mom said. She
But-
was like, yeah,
but
it's
the-
the,
but
it's
it-
the legs touching.
but
And I was
when you
like,
were like,
no,
the
dude, it's
rib-
like, it's up. It's
the hand. But
It's
when you
cradling.
said it like ripped, it was just like a different. It's a different.
well, it's like
idea.
it starts as a small hole.
Yeah.
Whatever. And it just slowly gets bigger, but it isn't like,
Okay.
which I have had happen before. I have proper ripped my pants.
Gotcha. So you need new pants.
I need new pants. I'm like, I don't want to take fucking Christmas money and buy pants.
No,
Who
but you
wants
can
to
go
do
buy some
that?
cheap pants.
Yeah, but I want to get some snips and some sanding sponges.
Right. Is the snips the God's hand? God hand?
God hand.
God hand. Only one God, one hand.
Maybe the other gods are handless.
Yeah. So the God hand.
God hand snips,
then-
which are $60. Nothing too crazy.
That's not too. I mean, for snips, it's a little crazy, but not too bad.
No.
When you're buying the snips at $60,
yeah, but the kit's $300.
well, yeah, that kit is, but the normal
Well, kit I'm
kit's-
talking about building.
But the
I'm not
normal
going to do
kit-
it without the God hand.
But the normal kit's like $30, so it's like the snips themselves are twice the price of a normal kit.
The $30, I spent that. That was my first Gundam, dude.
Okay.
That's
I'm sorry.
behind. Sitting right over there. I got sitting right over there. You see it?
Yep.
He's facing the wall.
Shopping for clothes isn't fun. That's so many Gundam and cards you can buy. That's true.
Dude, my cool stuff cart I got it like topped off. It's at the brink. I'm just waiting for that code to come in. Whew, sauce it.
I had my order come in yesterday, one of my orders, and I started looking through it and I was like, oh, this is the order I saw that things were in stock on my wish list before I realized they didn't take it off my wish list when I bought it. So it was just duplicates of stuff that I already had. And I went,
sad. What am I getting? A couple of the finishing touches on Zuladoc, a visual upgrade for Bumbleflower, of course. 10 cards in, 10 cards out. I'm doing on one pre-con to like give it a pre-con upgraded feel. So I just did exactly what Game Nights chose.
Okay.
So I got my 10 cards loaded, and then probably like 2/3 of Queen Marchesa,
Okay.
all in a cart, ready to go. And all the Queen Marchesa deck, completely non-foil. I'm not proud.
I'm proud of you.
I'm not proud.
I'm proud of you.
I'm not proud, but I also bought like a really fancy land.
Oh,
It's on
okay.
that list
I have
for a land I already have in a From the Vault foil. You know what I mean? But I'm like, come on, let's level it up.
I have my Pinger deck coming. But
Gearson Starn.
Yeah, last time I checked, it hadn't even shipped yet, so it's still a ways out.
I always do the ship today because it's $3.99 for CoolStuffInc.com, promo code worst. You can use the gift code on the $3.99 to cover the ship it today.
Oh,
so
shit.
I always leave the $4 wiggle room or whatever just to try and be like, okay, cool. But you just have to order it before 2. But if it's 600 cards, they'll ship it that day. I had a card that was it was a full set. It was all of Duskmorn. I did ship that day. They shipped it all that day.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
So, because otherwise, it'll just sit there for days. And as someone who once owned a game store, I understand.
Oh, yeah.
I understand. I'm like, get to it.
Yeah. When you see you have 10 orders, we're smaller, they probably have hundreds, but you see 10 orders and 8 of them are 3 cards, you're like, well, I'm going to pull those 8 before I even look at the card, the order that's 50 cards.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Feel like you're getting more done, where you're really, it's the same amount, but you feel like it's better.
this is the real.
Yep.
This is
so
the
I
real,
get that.
the real
I
stuff.
just didn't know I could do that. Okay.
So that's why I always do
Once again, we're back on the tips and tricks of ordering CoolStuffInc.com like we did last podcast. So it wasn't fun for anyone to listen
That's
to.
right. We did talk about the nuances.
You gotta
You're
click
looking
this
at
to do
this
this,
card,
yeah.
but you got to find for this. It says it's not in foil. No, it's in foil, but they have 0, so it's not there.
It was funny because we were like, hey, let's do this podcast and we're going to talk about video games and movies because our whole other life is cards and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, but
And then it's
you're
like,
kind of dipping your toes in further.
I'm dipping it. Yeah, I'm trying to get into it harder.
When are we going to start looking at Pokemon metas?
Well, I'm hoping with this month when the new set comes out, the rotation, I'm ready to look back into it when that happens.
N.
Yeah. The, God, what was it called?
I know,
It's the
it would-
Rocket.
it
It's
would
the new
be
Rocket one, I think, right?
Yeah,
forget what the name-
it would be silly to
Do it now.
commit to a
and then-
deck, but realistically though, the decks are super cheap.
Oh, yeah.
They're practically free for us with what we've got going on, but also the things that are going to rotate. I think it's just because of the Mon, but like you're going to need professors' researches, you're going to need the balls, you're going to need whatever. So it's tough. But
The good news
we'll wait.
there is we have
We'll
all
wait.
those
It's
promo
what, next
packs.
month?
We got a bunch of them lined up. I think I put a stack of like 10 researches, 10 bosses, 10 balls of each thing that like all from all the promo packs that we have. So I got so many
Nice.
of those things, but
Nice. Yeah, we got packs for days.
yeah. So, but no, I do want to get back into it. But it's like one of those things where I look at it, I go, it's just about to. It's like when Wilds was coming out. It's like, oh, I want to play Monster Hunter. Well, I'm not gonna go boot up Worlds again. I'm gonna wait the little bit longer until Wilds drops, and then I'll do that.
Well, I would like if Pokemon does feel good for us again, I'd like us to do something with it local.
Yeah.
So
Is there anyone
I don't know, ripping
doing
the
anything
packs.
local right now?
No.
Okay.
Well, that's why it's like
We could.
if no one else is doing it, right? I mean, if we have to go host it at TC Paintball,
myself.
I'll do it myself.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I also saw that Red Zone Rogue posted recently a new thing for Shadowverse top 9 deck. God, what was it?
Oh, it was a lot.
Yeah.
It probably wasn't too recent. It was like maybe a month ago.
Oh, I thought I saw one just like yesterday or today.
Oh, really?
I might be wrong.
I mean, he did post a video today, but
Maybe it
I
was
think
just
it was about starter decks for a
maybe it was
different
just
game.
notifying
Yeah, this
me.
was Vice Schwartz was the one he did today.
Oh, it was
The
that,
9 deck deep dive.
Yeah, that was the one that just.
Okay. No, that was 4 days ago.
4 days ago. Okay, that one was the one that was popped up on my feed.
Let me see if I can. The one that I watched might have been the real reason because he talks about the deck costs. That was a month ago. But he has their top 20 TCGs. He had one that was like my current 25 decks. And they're another 9 deck deep dive. So yeah, he was going all
Top
over it.
20 TCGs.
Can you
I was like,
20?
can I name
'Cause
20?
I wasn't able to. There was so many that he's like, I'm keeping an eye on this one. I'm like, good thing you are. Because
gonna
no
say.
one else is. The
So let's see.
designers probably aren't.
We got Shadowverse, Magic the Gathering,
You're going through
Pokemon. We got or did we count Gundam?
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
out.
of course.
It's out. Gundam.
Yeah.
We've got the
I have
new
decks,
Dragon
yeah,
Ball.
we can play it.
We got Digimon. We've got Altered. We've got Lorcana. We've got
Lorcana at 8, dude. So disrespectful.
Well, I'm just trying to go through like things I've seen recently.
You said Altered, right?
Yep. One Piece. We've got Weiss Schwartz.
No, good. You're at 10.
We've got
That's a good start.
Yeah. I feel like I would have to really start. Oh, is Force of Will still going?
You can count that.
Okay. Let's see what else we got.
I won't give you Lightseekers though.
Yeah, no, that
I won't
makes
give
sense.
you any of the digital only.
Yeah. Final Fantasy stopped, I think.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
I'll give you. He talked about some upcoming.
Oh, upcoming ones.
There's only really one that. I mean, Gundam kind of falls in that,
Gundams,
right?
yeah,
But
upcoming. Oh, the League of Legends is Project K.
Project K is
Project
what
K.
it's called right now. Doesn't
Okay.
have an actual name.
Dang. 20? I'm at 12?
Yeah, you're at
I'm
12.
struggling.
No, you're doing good. I mean, I also think Union Arena,
Oh, yeah. Union Arena. Universes.
Universes.
Um,
I think I mean, you're going through a lot of them pretty
yeah.
quick. Card Fight Vanguard.
Oh, okay, yep. I wouldn't have got that one. Like, as soon as you said it, I went like, oh, yeah, obviously, but I wouldn't have gotten there, I don't think. Man.
I wish I remember the one that was superheroes. There's a superhero themed one.
And this is just
That's brand new.
TCGs, because we can't do,
TCGs.
like, Marvel Champions and stuff like that.
Right. Whatever. He names.
like, oh,
he
Star
names
Wars.
More. Star Wars. Oh, for Joe Thompson listening, dude, I'm so sorry I didn't say Star Wars.
We're not Star Wars.
Star Wars.
You were like, Lorcana number 8, how disrespectful. We're just like, oh, wait, Star
I can't
Wars
believe we
is a
didn't
thing.
save Star Wars to 20. Well, guess what his 20th was?
What?
Magic.
Oh,
Because he's like, I'm out of this game, but I keep an eye on it.
yeah, I guess. That's fair. I mean, he's out of the game, but with all the Universes Beyond stuff, I feel like he's got to keep an eye on it right now, especially with Final Fantasy and stuff coming.
Oh, like just in case.
Just in case.
I think we hit everything. Oh, Godzilla, because that one is upcoming.
Oh, I forgot about Godzilla
So that puts
coming.
us at 16, right?
Yeah, we're pretty good.
That's not bad. I'm just going to do a quick highlight. He just goes by number. So here's a Kickstarter, Mortal Ambition. So I'd never heard of that
Oh,
one.
Grand Archive.
Oh, Grand Archive. That's what it is. The set's Mortal Ambition.
Yeah. I was like,
Okay, Grand Archive.
Grand Archive. I can't
We got
forget Grand
Gundam.
Archive.
Vanguard. Yep. I don't know what this podcast is turning into right now.
I know, this is just a mess.
We're here,
Hey,
though.
if you want to, you should go
Oh,
check out
this
Red
one.
Zone
I don't
Rogue,
know
though.
what
He does
this
good
one is.
content on all TCGs, not just
what's this
like
one
one.
here?
He does like a bunch of them, obviously.
Grim Path.
Ooh.
That's a great name, and I'm liking the. Okay, Grimpath combines the strategy of TCGs with the tactics of tabletop gaming. You're pulling it up. Oh, look at that one. See, look at that.
Oh, my phone. just
Cards
kept going.
and minis, dude.
Ooh.
Okay, so Grimpath. That's one I'd never heard of. So
Yeah, I haven't heard of that one. That
Just
looks
a-
cool, though.
Another Vice Schwartz.
Wait, why Schwartz is getting a Pixar set?
I don't know.
What's Lorcana doing?
Accord Lands. So you see, he's just naming shit, dude.
Okay.
You say a Pixar set?
Well, that's what it said, right? Pixar with right there.
Oh yeah, no shit.
That's crazy.
Ultraman. Alpha Clash. Alpha Clash was the superhero one I was talking about.
Oh.
It's got like comic book themes. Okay, that's good
Anyway,
enough.
yeah, okay. We spent enough time with this. Sorry. Okay.
I didn't watch anything.
You didn't watch anything?
No. Gundam.
Oh, Gundam.
A shitload of Gundam.
I watched the Elimination Chamber for WWE. It was awesome. Totally I think there was one match that I was like, man, I don't really care about this, but everything else, I loved every minute of it. It was great. The ups, the downs, the twists,
The
or what do you want
turnarounds.
to call it? Oh my God, so much fun. I think we talked about it a while ago. We're like, oh, it'd be fun to get back into wrestling, and then it was coming to Netflix, and I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot. I didn't know how much I was going to enjoy getting back into wrestling. Royal Rumble was
I'd
a
say
big hit.
even right now
this and
you're at
that.
like 60% though.
I think it's just time.
For something that's going on. Well, yeah.
Well, actually, today I put on after the Elimination Chamber when I was like, I didn't really care about this match because it's on SmackDown, not Raw, and I was like, how do I get to watching SmackDown each week too? And I was like, fuck, that's a lot. That's like 6 hours a week, and then if I do the podcast, now it's like 7 hours a week that I'm dedicating to WWE. I'm like, that's a lot of time.
The WWE recap podcast.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that's a lot of time. I don't know if I've got that much extra time, but it's a podcast. I could do it while I do it. I was trying to do the math, and I was like,
That's the thing. I mean, you got it on while you're editing
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. I mean, that's like easy view time.
Peacock got me back in with the pay-per-views, now with Raw and Netflix. Exactly. Because before Tron, way back when,
that's the thing.
I couldn't watch
I'd be
pay-per-views.
watching football.
I know,
If it was
right?
on Netflix, I'd be watching. I mean, they do put some on Prime. They put
But
like
it's
every
like
once in a while.
You
It's
have to
just,
figure out where it is every week.
That's the thing. It's like it's just fucking. It's a weird thing to compare it to, but it's like comic books where they're like, we're gonna do this cool Clash whatever, and you're like, oh, dude, Civil War 2. That sounds exciting. I have to buy what? Spider-Man issue 14 for this week's like iteration, or what's going on? Like, no, I want one thing to buy.
AEW is in my town tomorrow, but it starts at 4:30.
All right, so you're off at 4.
I was gonna say, are you?
Yeah, so are you
sound like
are you
you're
trying to
feeling
get there at
sick,
4?
dude.
You're trying to get there
not-
at 3:30.
Yeah.
Dude.
How
You're
you
looking
feeling?
kind of red.
Yeah. You
or-
might need a personal day.
White or I don't know. You're looking green.
Just
Not
start
the
listening.
right color,
You're
dude.
not
You're
looking
looking the
correct.
wrong
You know
color.
what? If there's something that you're supposed to look like, you look like the opposite. You should probably take some time off. But that was my big thing I watched. I planned that out. I don't think I watched any. Oh, I watched a One Piece episode that made me cry the entire time.
Yep,
It's great influence you are, you influencers. We got your back. We support you.
We're influencers. LOL.
We I was gonna say I think Stokes might be the king of bad influencing
What?
with choices and stuff. It's like-
Bad?
not bad, but like
Were Gundam's a bad choice? You're the one who got me this fucking store. What are you talking about?
hey, that was a good choice. Look, we're making content now. I said when we first met, I was like, hey, I want to make content together. It took us failing making content, opening a game store, closing that game store, but now we make content. We got there. You just had to give me some time. I had to figure out.
I had to give you.
I had to find the line.
You had to figure
I had
it
to
out.
find the line.
I didn't get CGB in here. I didn't rope his ass in. I didn't lock him down.
Well, why do you think I partnered with you? I said we'd get there. All right, I know what I'm doing.
The classic stick with me. You'll be wearing diamonds, dude.
Yeah, dude.
We took the Zorro back.
Exactly. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah.
I don't know what you were gonna say.
I don't know either.
But
Oh,
you blamed me for being a bad influence. This is where you were going.
I think you're a bad influence in the sense of if someone wants to have financial stability.
I'm a bad financial influence?
Yeah, because it's just like, yeah, get it, dude. How many times have you told me, hey, just go buy the new iPhone? Hey, there's this iPhone you should go get. And I'm like, I can't get a new iPhone right now.
Yeah, and you haven't done it.
No.
Hence, bad influence. I'm bad at influencing.
Oh,
I'm a
I
bad
see what you're saying.
influencer.
No. Yeah, but how many Gundams did I go down there and buy?
None.
Well, not last time. No, I bought the night last time. I did buy it. Wasn't
no
a Gundam,
Gundams.
but it still counts. a Bandai product. How about that?
Yeah, and you had a blast.
I did.
I
That
didn't,
was-
I
that
didn't
one was
fucking
real nice.
Venmo request you for gas or anything, dude.
No, I appreciate that.
See what
Thank
I'm
you.
saying?
You're the best.
That's
You're
it.
great. You know what, Tron? Follow this man into war, dude. He's the best.
I hope so.
Saw the earth.
I hope so. Salt to the earth. It always sounds so bad. There's a pro wrestling match near us in Kalkaska called Mr. Chainsaw Pro Wrestling. So if you're trying to hit it up.
That'd be pretty cool. I don't know if I really want to go and watch the ones that get real bloody.
No.
Those go a little too far. I like watching
showmanship
them
here.
once in a while,
Nah.
as in like,
All right, let me tell you. There's one wrestling thing I want.
is it the one with the kaijus?
Yeah. I'll say it already exists.
Yeah.
It already exists. It's out there. Oh, God, what do they call it? I'm just going to have to look it up.
Look it up.
Kaiju Wrestling. Kaiju Big Battle is what it's called, where it is just the pro wrestling style, but they just put little cities in the rink and everything, and they're dressed like. I actually have this character here, Burger Bear. I have a T-shirt of his
Burger Bear. That's awesome.
Bear, but it's only because Colin went. He got the T-shirt. He left the T-shirt at my house.
Oh, okay. That's great. I'm down for it.
And then you got a waffle versus like a giant beetle. You got this fucking dude hitting those fucking things. You know what that is? You got a can of soup landing on a city.
Fantastic.
This is crazy.
I was telling Bethany again, I didn't force her to watch. She was playing Avowed, but every once in a while I'd show her something in wrestling.
This doesn't look real.
And
it's fake, right?
I was like, God, what was something that happened that was it? I was like, not really. It was like a missed hit or something, and I was just like, Psh, if wrestling not real, explain this to me. And then I showed her a video of someone with a voodoo doll like wrestling somebody.
Yeah. Classic.
God, so good. But I guess that was the big thing I watched. I thought I had another movie or something in there, but
Nothing.
I didn't log it. So.
Well, because what we were busy doing.
We're hunting some monsters,
Hunting
dude.
some monsters, honking my horn. That's what I was
That's
up
why
to.
you got ripping your dick holes.
and then I started playing Monster Hunter.
Oh, man. No, Monster Hunter's been interesting. It's a really good game.
I don't like you saying you got a rip in your dick hole. That just sounds so bad. I think you said it. You kind of mixed a lot of the. You mixed the right words up incorrectly.
God. Monster Hunter's been interesting because it's like when I'm in it and I'm fighting a monster, I'm like, this game is incredible and it makes me feel powerful.
It's all of the hits and the bright orange and the shing noise that you get for numbers hitting the sharp and the ta 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 ta, and you're like, dude, how's this guy not dead yet?
Yeah,
I'm eviscerating this bitch.
But then it's like auxiliary stuff around the game where I'm like, why is it like pulling teeth to play with somebody? Why can't two people watch a cutscene together in 2025? Why are you charging
It's
people?
almost entirely the any Eastern Games online network system
so
has the
weird.
craziest shit where they're like, log onto the website to claim your in-game currency. And I'm like, I'm not logging onto a fucking website. Like,
yeah.
It's that kind of shit. This one doesn't have you logging into anything that I remember. But I will say compared to like Guilty Gear is a game I've played online that's Eastern, Final Fantasy stuff. Always been strange, like those types of games. Those are like actually impossible. Where I'm like, I don't think this is functional. Like, there's something missing. It's not working. Once you learn the bullshit they want you to do for this, it is easy. You can't watch a cutscene together. I mean,
right.
you do, but you don't.
Yeah,
You're not. You're in a cutscene, but also they make the story about one player. So. Same thing with Destiny, except that one you can fully watch cutscenes there, but they still just put the one player in. Like, oh, the other characters aren't here. That you did it solo. Is like the video.
You're the guardian.
So yeah, it's like they just don't want the dissonance. I guess
they
can't figure that out. But Monster Hunter has always had that menu problem. I mean, Capcom. I tell you, I see the font, I go, nope. I can see the little like gem floating next to the menus in my mind.
Yeah.
And I have to use the D-pad and I can't use my analog sticks, and I know it's a problem.
I played a lot of Capcom, Easter like RPGs, all that. I've played all that. But for some reason with Monster Hunter, every time I open my menu and it's got the little like golden circle icon, I think I have a notification there. I'm like, well, what's new here? Oh, there's nothing new there.
That's
just
what
my
highlights.
It's just the one that's highlighted. Because I always go to like Link Party and
something
whatever.
About all that I really don't like. But Monster Hunter World, the one that I got into first, my biggest problem with it was all of those things with menu difficulties and like control difficulties and stuff. But then the game was also just hard. Like at least killing the monsters, I didn't find to be easy. I felt I was getting screwed on a couple of dodges, or it's like, oh, there's just one-shot mechanics. And a one-shot mechanic when I can't see the health bar, when I have a time limit and I have to chase the monster and I have to, all of those things. But they somehow in this game managed to keep the spirit of Monster Hunter while taking away a lot of my gripes. Being able to just call my sacred and have it take me somewhere is like set the waypoint on the map and it'll just run there the fastest way. I'm like, this is perfect. The maps also feel more dynamic with the things that only they can climb on. And instead of me having to climb up these vines and then the monster fucking knocks me off and I have to climb up them again, I just and I'm up.
Or even if you're climbing, it's like a whoa, whoa, whoa. It's way
really?
faster.
I've never done it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'm just like,
faster.
a wall, sacred. It picks me up and I go.
It's did you
maybe because I see the wall and I get traumatized? I'm like, oh god, speed of snail. I'm going up this.
I've been calling them out secrets. Secret. What'd you say it was?
It's like sacred, but with a T.
Oh,
Sacred.
I've been calling it secret. So I named mine. It's
a secret. It's a.
It's a secret. That's just what I named mine. I think Bethany named hers Secret.
Can you keep a?
Awesome.
Spell it all funny. Can you keep a?
Perfect. I don't think you can't see other people's mounts' names though, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you can?
It's just the mounts end up leaving. They don't just hang around.
It's not like the
whole
Palico
fight.
where you can see. Yeah.
But I think you can. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm not 100% on that.
Like I said, we played a little bit of multiplayer, and then it became such a hassle. I just kind of I started doing stuff on my own, waited for a thing to come in from Bethany, and then I would jump into her.
So
game.
Obviously, we're talking about multiplayer, as in like I want to play with Derek, you want to play with Bethany, we all want to play together.
Yep.
We have a lot of friends playing. That's a different story because it's like, okay, cool. Who's gonna start a mission? I'll join you whenever. But this morning I started looking, and I was like, I think I'm just gonna go and try to like. I've gotten like almost every horizontal weapon, or I guess every weapon on the vertical, whatever. And I'm like, now I'm trying to move horizontally through those lines. And I'm like, cool. I'm just also going to do the same thing with armor sets. I'm going to start with the chupacabra thing, the frog toad. And I'm just going to farm it until I get every piece of armor so that I can transmog it if I want. And then I'll just move on. Because then the monster's going to get harder. But also, as I get that armor, it's going to level me up a little bit. So I'm just like, let me just go through every armor set, every monster. So I just was like, it's easy to go multiplayer when you're like, I'm going to go start a mission, shoot an SOS flare in the sky, and then people will just join me. Like they'll just be here. Or I can just, to be even faster, join someone else's SOS flare.
I got that call that my card didn't work for your desk order, so you should probably
Mr. Desk called.
Yeah.
He wants it returned.
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
I'm gonna
hey,
need you
what's
to
up?
send that back.
Yep.
So the SOS flares and everything make it really easy. It is also nice because when I'm doing a side mission, when I'm doing whatever, it like if you just join me and I'm doing a side mission, but you also had that one, it'll just finish it for you.
Okay.
So you don't have to like start it on your screen and are we paired together and I went through this and it didn't mean anything for me. Like that doesn't really exist, which is nice.
Now, from what I could tell is, say I'm in the campaign, Bethany's in the campaign, or me and you we're in the campaign.
Sure.
We're on the same mission. You're in the camp doing stuff. I go through, I watch a cutscene, and then I start a fight, and it sends you an invite. You can't accept that because you haven't watched that first cutscene yet, right?
It's not because of the cutscene. It's not the cutscene. It's that in the story, every single monster fight, you're discovering a new monster.
Right.
Even if it's technically the same monster, like whatever what do they call that guy? What was his name? He's like a pig thing. Big furry pig boy.
Oh, the farter?
No, that's a monkey.
Oh.
With a hippo face.
Hippo monkey, that's it. That was one of those ones where...
The farter. I was also like, God, this goofy as hell. He's literally shitting on me.
That thing came out, and I think I was streaming, and I just looked at the camera and went, I paid $70 for this game.
And I paid $70 to get farted on by a monkey.
And then he's
hippo,
farting,
dude.
and then he opens his mouth and also like vomits shit. And I went, God, I paid $70 for this game.
I don't think he vomits
insane.
because his tail will scoop poop out of his butt and then fling it at you.
What is this? What are
I'm
we playing?
I'm with you. Dude.
What
You
are
got the you're
What did we do
you're
to ourselves?
preaching. But no, it's whatever. It's in the first cutscene you've lost your or not the first cutscene. One of the first cutscenes you've lost your sacred because the tribe took it back.
Yeah.
And you're
Bunch of
walking
jerks.
away, and then the thing comes out and destroys the monster you just killed, and like runs away with it. You're
Yeah.
like, okay, something else is going on. Whatever that monster is, you'll see him in guardian form later. You'll see another monster in guardian form, and it's just like they've been altered by the white crystal stuff going on. They've been altered by a poison that's in the air. There's like multiple variation styles as you go forward, depending on the monster.
That's before credits or post credits?
Before.
Okay, so
Not every monster, because what's the Lalabarina, the rose, the rose spider? I just got the variation, and I'm post credits. I'm like 4 monsters post credits.
But is it after post credits? Can it just be like co-op all the time, or is it still there's meeting?
Yeah. So that's the thing where it's still story. It is still cutscenes. It's still whatever.
Oh,
but
really?
there's so many side missions to do that get you so like they upgrade your Palico, they upgrade your stuff. Like it's so worth it to do the side missions in this game because they all get you something functional or a fun cosmetic. Which I'm all about cosmetics as rewards. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
But now my Palico is fully kitted out in abilities. Its strength and stuff needs to be leveled, but it can stun things. It can get in like a little hot air balloon helicopter and like minigun the monster.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It can do the different paralysis things. When it comes and drops the vigor wasp on you, the like mist, that whatever.
Yeah.
It does it more often and it does it faster.
I was gonna say that's all I ever need my Palagoda to do.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like-
So all of those things are just, it's more, it's faster, it's stronger, it's whatever. So, but those are just missions where you have to go catch a bug. Let's all go catch a bug.
Oh,
Like you
okay.
literally just use a net and you capture a bug and you go back to camp and turn it in.
I did.
And then you have to go fight a specific monster and you got to go fight this. And you got to, so there's a lot of side missions.
I think
to
I
do.
did start one of those where it's like, go catch this lizard thing. And I went, what is it? And I started looking at like everything I could find. I'm like, that's a lizard. No, not the right lizard. Is this a lizard? No, it's not a lizard.
I think
It's
the
like,
closest note they give you is like the region it's in, the windy plains or the underground oil slick area or
Oh, it
whatever.
tells you- okay.
They'll tell you that, and then otherwise you got to look on the map if you've never discovered it.
Gotcha.
Then you have to go discover it. It'll be question marks on something if you haven't seen it before. And it is just running around the map, but because you can just look at the map, hit the icon, and your guy will run you there.
Yeah.
It's the easiest thing in the world.
Gotcha.
I really enjoy it, but yeah. So it's not the cutscene thing, going back to it, because we're in the story. It's because I would be trying to join you for a monster I have not yet met.
Mm-hmm.
So because it shows the quest, it shows the monster, it shows everything. When I like pull up the invite,
Yeah.
it would pull it up and just have question marks all over it.
right.
But the second I see the monster, I can then join you.
Gotcha.
That's the thing. So it's like, if we're both watching cutscenes together and we both discover the same monster, no problem. We'll both receive an invite because we both started a quest. And that's
Right.
just how link parties work. And
Just
then
choose
whoever
one.
accepts it, it'll say to the person who is leaving, you're abandoning this quest, or you're leaving the area, or whatever it says. You'll join the other person. And then when the quest finishes, it'll split you back up and you'll watch your cutscenes again, or walk and talk moments, or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
the fuck it is.
I think in the beginning of games where it's like, here's your do the brightness and the shade, the shadows, and here's this, and
Yeah, yeah.
do you want this? Do you want subtitles on the screen? I want another screen after all that says, do you care about spoilers or not? And I just go, no, I don't care, and then I can just like load in wherever, whenever, it doesn't matter, because it's like I think you did the same thing where it's like at a certain point I'm like, oh, just give me to the next monster, skip monster, skip monster.
That was me just giving up on the story because I was like, oh, it's pretty run of the mill. I don't really
Yeah.
care about these characters. I mean, I think my party's fun. I like Alma and Gemma, Zato. I don't really care for Nada,
Nada,
the kid.
yeah, the little kid.
Yeah.
I'm like, every time he's like, is this the one that hurt your people? Nope. Well, of course not, because if it was,
I don't
the game
know.
would
I
be
was
over.
walking for 5 days.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm running on this sacred for weeks.
Yeah.
Where'd you come from, kid?
Exactly.
Oh, the tunnel closed.
Yeah,
Sure, Nada.
the guy put that one rock back in the way, and I go, "Why didn't you leave through the? Why did you could have just left too? That big monster's not getting through that rock hole that you just made in the very beginning." But either way, yeah, it's
As for the functional gameplay, though, dude, I'm only because I'm not dying nearly as much.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've maybe fainted like 3 times, 4 times. I guess maybe more, but if so, I'm only registering as 3 or 4, which is good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a good sign. I do have the hunting horn, so I have a little bit more self-sustain. Before every hunt, I'm eating, I'm refilling my bag. I'm like really trying to kit it out properly. So I'm kind of treating the game like I'm doing the thing right, which makes sense. But then I've also got the self-sustain of being a hunting horn. I can just drop a thing on the ground that heals me.
Yeah.
If I have the right horn on.
I think I fainted twice, and that was post me running out of the food they give me in the very beginning, and then me not knowing how to make more food. So I'm always playing with 3/4 health bar. And then I think the first time was the lightning dragon,
Ray Dow.
that guy.
Zapdos is he's commonly known.
Zapdos?
People call him Zapdos.
I think it was once you get out to like the desert. What I was doing, I was weak. I was running up a dune, and he came the other side of the dune. I didn't see him, and all of a sudden he's there, and he just wails me, and I go, "Well, I was just trying to get over to you, dude." But that was my first feint. I was like, "God dang it, I
Dude,
fainted."
I have a couple because they have dismounts in this game where you can hit. You jump off your sacred, you hit him on the top of the head. There's
Yeah.
a chance you mount him. Mounting is guaranteed knock and wound break
Yeah.
and stuff like that. It's big damage, like 500-600 damage. But it was the octopus, not the fire octopus. If you haven't gotten there
Haven't
yet,
seen any of them.
There's a second octopus called the Zuwu. Zuwu.
Ooh.
I've killed the Zuwu like 10 times just because it's such an easy fight. And
Okay.
it's like one of the end fights, and I was like, "This is great. He's giving you such good shit."
Yeah.
But anyway, we go. He's like in a cave. He like goes down, and it's like a nest. You can tell it's like there's all bones laid around and stuff. This is where homie sleeps. And I jump off my sacred. I'm swinging the horn midair, and he fucking fireballs me out the air and absolutely just destroys me. I mean, I was like maybe even not even half health. Like it wasn't really that much damage, but I was like, damn, dude, he sniped me out the air. That's crazy. If only I had counters like that.
Right, yeah. Or if you could have swung and hit the fireball back at him, that would have been sick. Where's all that stuff?
That
That's what I
sick.
want.
I don't queuing up a song. That's not possible.
Okay.
I'm not in these games, I'm not the parry type. Where it's
Gotcha.
like, oh, big monster swings big thing. It's like, I like parrying when it's a little bit more like we're the same size. We're more,
Got it.
more man to man.
I think I did have one where I was able to bring down the charge axe as something was coming at me, and I hit it like on the top of that and just stopped. Like I just
they do
perfectly
have
hit
like
it
that
down.
sort of stun effect. Well, and the
It's
hunting
real
horn,
good.
I think, is comparable to the hammer, and they're both the like knockout stun machines if you just keep hitting their head.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where all the like twinkles come when you hit.
I've-
The different colors mean different things. Like you're hitting a wound, or you're tearing apart, or you're hitting them with like stun damage. So
I've really liked so far is like all the videos people put out is like, what's your Monster Hunter weapon says about you? And it's like literally them just like ripping people apart for like every weapon and the hunting horn, and they're like, well, you're good. You're a godsend. We like you, and then stuff like that.
dude, I was
But
so
it's
sad. I
funny.
watched if it was on YouTube. I watched that video, and I got to the hunting horn. And I was like, oh. You just said nice things.
Yeah.
I was kind of
It's like
hoping for just a little bit like,
Nope.
oh, you're the girlfriend or something. That's what it typically is with support. It's like, oh, you're a mercy main, are you?
Yeah.
Are you? You're
There
either
was,
a whale or like you want to buy every skin in the game, or
There was one was like God, what was it? Oh, someone said charge blade. You're the person that's wasting all your potential. You could be curing cancer right now, but instead you're playing this fucking game. I went, whoa.
wasting potential.
I was like, damn, dude.
You're still trying to realize your potential in that game, dude. You're still like, how do these vials hit? How does it,
No, all the
you're
vials and
figuring it out.
stuff. I got the charge axe figured out. The stuff I don't get is all the other stuff around it. The little shooting things, the food, I don't know why I have so many different fucking mushrooms.
The things that aren't related to
the actual
the
fight.
weapon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, that's- it's just-
I just have so many mushrooms, and I don't know why. None of them seem to do anything for me. They're just there.
Other
I've got
ingredients.
like red, blue, green. I was like, what is all this? And then every time I pick up something now, it's like, hey, you don't have room for this. Do you want to get rid of something? I'm like, I don't know. Do I? I don't know what any of this is. I just keep picking it up because it's there. I don't know. So,
Hey, that's cool.
But-
well, when you go to your tent, you can take things, because I think they call that your pouch, and the other one the
yeah.
box. You can gather like you don't need your pouch full, because all those mushrooms are just ingredients.
got it.
Now, some people keep ingredients with them because you can craft while you're on the fly.
Right.
So if they're like, oh, I'm going to a hot area, I need cold drink and hot drink in the cold area, so my health bar doesn't just keep falling and my stamina keep falling. Then you can craft more using those things. But they typically have them in those areas. Like there's an ice bug on the wall of the fire cave so that you can just use the ability
wonder why that's
immediately.
there.
Yeah, it's funny where they give their like consolations. But like I said, the game's been feeling easier now. And because I don't feel like I'm getting screwed, and I can also, the game was also really frustrating when it was hard because you would join an SOS flare or you would shoot one up, whatever. So, I mean, imagine this: you're in your mission, you're ready to fight the monster, you shoot up the SOS flare, you get them a quarter of the way, all these pals show up, they faint 3 times, you fail. It's
That would
like, guys, like, okay, my mission's fucked now. Like
Yeah,
my
thanks.
mission. I mean, if I come in and your mission's fucked and it's your mission, I go, oh, well, that sucks because I didn't get the monster part. I didn't get whatever.
Right.
And that can still happen. But because the game doesn't feel so punishing, dude, it was Derek's problem with World was he would always be trying to play multiplayer, and Tim and I had probably given up at that point. He's always trying to play multiplayer. He joins people, and then if there's just 3 knocks, you just have to start over and you gain nothing.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem to be as much of a problem now. It seems more multiplayer friendly in that you can just join randos, and if they're fucking up, whatever, it's not too big a deal because they have to do it so much.
They probably will survive at least.
Yeah.
You might have to do all the damage, but.
Yeah, and for me, I just heal them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you can just keep them
Or I
alive.
give them whatever sort of buff, stamina buff, a defense buff, whatever, something else to try to make it so they also don't die as much. I have yet to faint on a multiplayer mission that wasn't just with like Derek or Tim as we're doing the story. But yeah. So I think all of those things that just make it that little bit easier, that I've seen people negative reviews and stuff for, I'm like, I'm not looking for this. Like imagine if Dark Souls multiplayer was you failed a boss if your buddy died twice. You know what I mean?
That would suck.
It's like, okay, well, I need you out.
Yeah.
Because this is easier solo with my Palico and Olivia. Olivia, who's in the game, the NPC. If she gets knocked 50 times, it doesn't matter. She's
the
not
one
going
with
to
the
fail
short
you.
blonde hair, the hammer.
Yeah, and the sweet looking scar Palico.
I don't even
It's
remember.
like Titus or something,
Okay.
and he's just, but he's got the fucking scar right across his face. He's dope. He's dope.
I think it's really fun and really good. I think if me and Alec jump in and he's like starting and I can just jump into him every time and stuff, I think that'll help. But
That's the thing. I was telling you this actually, that I was like, it's nice having someone like Derek who's farther ahead. Because I can be like, hey, I'm going to start this mission. He goes, cool, whenever. And I start it and he just joins in. And then Tim joins in because he's also ahead.
Yeah.
And then we catch up and now we're all done. And Adam and Nate are behind us. Adam actually just rolled credits. We killed the last monster with him yesterday, but Nate's farther behind. And it's just like, cool, Nate, you're playing. Oh, you're fighting a monster. I'm on you.
yeah,
That's it.
it's like I almost wish I could just not start at end game, but just like I'll just skip the story. I will start low level, but just let me just skip everything that you make me skip through.
That's the thing now is you play with us. You load in there and me, Tim, Derek join you.
Yeah,
And
just
now it's the four
go
of us
through.
killing a monster. It's a monster that you may not care about their armor or their stats, or you'd be like, oh, this is a really annoying fight. I don't ever want to do it again. Well, once you beat it, you don't have to. I mean, there's more monsters down the line that I have yet to do. Maybe you'll have to do them again, like I've had to do the Lalabarina again, whatever that thing I can't think of the name of, the furry pig I mentioned.
Yeah.
That,
With-
you
is
have
it
to
like
fight
the
that
bulldog
again.
thing? Like
Yeah,
the
it's like a
weird
bulldog
red
thing.
mouth that looks like he's in pain all the time. The
I'm gonna type in-
Baragara something. Is it the Barahara?
Deshagma.
Oh, Deshagma. Yeah,
The
yeah,
Deshagma
Deshagma
is what it's called. Balahara is the sand worm.
Oh, right. The what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
The other thing I can't believe, like $70 game,
Yep.
you get one free ticket, but it costs money to change your appearance in that game. Seems crazy.
Yeah, it costs money you get the free one.
Yep.
It costs money to change your appearance that isn't makeup, tattoo, hair,
Yeah,
piercings, whatever, those things, the cosmetics. If you want to change your bone structure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. It's like because the function's there.
It adds it. I mean, it's the function is there, but
So
to charge it, I mean, but I also look and I go, well, you don't have any other microtransactions. So,
Right now. Give them time, dude.
well, they have DLC coming.
There it is.
They have cosmetic packs that are DLC, but there's 2 announced, and I think they go through like September or something.
Okay.
So,
It just seems.
and Derek bought them with the fancy, schmancy, $110 version of the game. So
Yeah.
he'll get them when they come out.
So, but I also, I think the other thing is I don't know what I'm upgrading when I'm upgrading. I think the armor makes sense because it's like if you're in armor, you have the armor, you click a button and it says craft or upgrade. I hit upgrade and I upgrade it. But then the weapons is like I make the weapon and I go, is that it? Is it done? Is that the only way that weapon can exist? I don't know. Because it's like I love the rose spider
Yeah.
weapon.
Lalabarina.
But it's not as strong as the other weapons that are just like giant bones or whatever that I'm like, I don't really like the look of these.
Yeah, I don't know if you can transmog weapons. But before a mission, this is like I'm literally like, all right, I need to kill the chupacabra dude. Is that his name?
Chatacabra?
Chatacabra. I have to kill the Chatacabra. So I look him up and I go, okay, he's weak to the paralysis damage, the lightning, thunder damage, whatever. So let me just grab my lightning thunder horn and then I'll just use that against him. And I don't mind switching the shape and look and style of the horn. I have one that I go to that's like my staple. Because in this game, dragon is like one of those, many things are weak to dragon. So I have one dragon horn that is really cool and it plays like bell chimes instead of saxophone music or whatever. And it's got ones that are attack up, damage up, attack and defense up. Like it's got a well-rounded everything. It's like the Mario in Mario Kart of just, it's good a little bit everywhere.
I think it's also because you're like, oh, I'm going to grab my horn that's whatever that this is weak to.
This
and I go,
element,
I've
yeah.
never looked at what a thing's weak to, and I don't know what element my thing does. It's
Yeah.
just like it hits big.
Well, so that's
Let me go
kind
to
of the
damage.
thing is like, the thing I was going to say is armor. I don't know what you're saying the difficulty with armor is then if you're not looking for anything other than just the big number.
I'm just looking for the big number, and then
that's
but
it.
you can only upgrade like 4 times, and I go, oh cool, so I have to go get the next one.
You're literally upgrading. You
Yeah.
aren't upgrading as in getting a new piece of
No,
armor.
I go
that's
to the
better.
new and upgrade it all the way, and I go,
Oh,
cool, it's
I've
upgraded.
upgraded 0 things.
Oh, see,
I've
'cause
literally spent 0 upgrades. It's up to you. It's personal preference.
I was just
You
like,
can.
Well, 'cause-
It's not-
Well,
it's
in
not
my
bad.
head was like, well, this one is 220. I can upgrade it. I don't know how many monsters are left. let me just do the best one every time. And I have like a bunch of the upgrade things. But then I also thought once I upgraded one all the way, it would give me transmog. I was like, oh, well, maybe I have to max out armor to get transmog.
Oh,
like,
well, I told you how to get transmog now. You
Well,
were
yeah, that
one
was
quick
all
question away.
afterwards. Yeah.
Which I actually just started buying some of that gear, again, just because it's better. But I was like, damn, it looks dope. It's all purple. Like, everything's purple.
Oh, really?
And then I looked, and it was because you start with one transmog.
Yeah.
Which is I got for pre-ordering, so I don't know if you got it because you technically got it day of.
Yeah.
But I got one that's like big feathery hat, like fencer
Yeah.
kind of thing. And I just tried it on. I was like, oh yeah, you can change the color. So I changed it to like a purple-white scheme and then took it off. But
And
now
everything you put
is
on is colored.
automatically put into those colors. And I'm like, God damn, this shit looks so cool. And then I was like,
This game's geared towards me.
I was
This
like,
is crazy.
And I was like, oh shit, it's because I'm buying a transmog, even though it is a piece of armor. I'm buying a transmog. I didn't realize it, but that's the thing that I also thought. I was like, it's worth getting to the end game to get it because you can color change every piece of armor in that game. I'm like, dude, this is fucking sweet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get real nitty gritty with my details and stuff as I got it. I already kind of have a little bit of a scheme going on, and it looks fucking good.
Yeah, maybe I just need to like just literally buckle down, get to the end game, and maybe I'll like the game after I beat it.
I would say it's tough because it depends on how one wants to play a game. But you've always been seemingly more function over form in terms of role playing. You're like, you'll role play Rutger Deshane and everything. You'll put the white hair on. You'll always pick the musket or or the pistols, I should say, probably more than anything. But once you hit that level, it's like, now I'm a completion or not a completionist. Like you're a competitive. You're a whatever. You're like a checklist. Let's go. Skip the cutscene, kill the monster, skip the cutscene.
Yep.
So for me, I was the same kind of thing. It was, let me just like. Greg Miller put out a tweet of him like, oh, I'm doing Monster Hunter. And he looked like a fucking mess.
Yep, that's me right now.
And did you see it? Someone was like, Greg, what the fuck is going on with your armor? And he just replied with one word, all caps, stats. Just, this is stats gaming.
Yep.
It's like, or I've already spoken its unholy name once earlier.
Yep.
Destiny 2.
Of course.
I got to say it again. Destiny 2, same thing. A new expansion comes out, and you got to say, fuck that old gear. I'm going to look like a dipshit for the next however long through the story. You're watching cool cutscenes, looking like a dumbass.
Uh-huh.
You finally beat the game, you get enough materials, whatever, and now I can just look dope again. That's like, I'm used to that cycle now of look like a fuckface till you beat it, then work towards making yourself look cool while you do it. Style points last. You can't be missing layups but be focusing on style points. Like I gotta function the game first, then I can form it.
Destiny always had my Western look, and then whatever my new highest gear was just right next to it. And then eventually, if it went up, I think it was, if I went up 10, then I would just trans in. So I still looked the same, but I would just make my new gear that every 10 levels.
That game did have just transmogs. You could just like switch. Unless it was a blue or a green. It had to be purple or above, which was really almost everything in the game. But for me, I did do that with weapons where I was like, oh, I went up by 3 light points out of 2K. Eat it. Eat it. Oh, I'm out of things. Go to the weaponsmith and just fucking boom, 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 boom. I have so many legendary shards. It's like, who cares? You can't stop me. Yeah. I'm gonna shoot the gun I want to shoot. You know?
Exactly.
Like, oh, that's a cool new looking gun. Fucking eat it.
Dead.
Scrap
Gone.
it. Gone.
Bye.
Back to the use.
Yep.
Nah, I ended up trying the other weapons, but still. Yeah. So this one is the same thing, but again, going back to how easy it is. You used to have to look like a dumbass, but also look like a dumbass and care deeply about your stats. Like, how's my what's my affinity percentage at? What element am I using? Whatever. It speaks volumes to this game that you can be hitting them with their strength, like not their weakness, but something they're resistant to, and you'll still kill the monster. Like, it really doesn't matter. So. Of course, until you get to the end game where it's like, oh, this one is this exact same, but it's got a gem slot, but -5 affinity. How do I measure up these? Well, if I put this gem in here, it's like super min-maxy.
Wow.
That's what you got to look forward to.
That's
now, I'm not at the spot now because I'm in end game.
Yeah.
I'm buying this gear, and I think because of the ease, it won't be that as it was before. Mm-hmm. But that's why there's 4 sets for every monster because it's 2 styles with 2 different sets of perks to them.
Got it.
So in short term, it's male, female of perk 1, male, female, perk 2. And then it's just like, here's all of these things. They all have the same defense stat, but all different perks, all different gem slots, all different whatever. And you'll have to fight different monsters to get the individual pieces you want to build this weird Lego monster of this is who I am and who I'm gonna use to fight, and it fits perfectly for my stats and what my lane is.
I think I've unlocked gemstone stuff, but I don't have any. I don't know. Somebody talked to me about gemstones, and I don't know.
I'm so happy they gave us a way to not sell, but like sort of recycle gems into something else, into actually the armor spheres and shit you use to like level up, because it is just like. I killed a Chotacabra this morning by myself just because I ran into one. I was like, oh, hey, bud, you're dead.
Yeah,
I'm going to kill you. I must have got 8.
Oh,
dude, it was
geez.
just like, oh, my God. Just like skip. Like there's so many gems going through. Just
Every time you
pour 'em
see
in my
that screen,
pocket,
it's
dude.
like, here's all the things you got to go take all. I don't know what most of the stuff is besides like the actual monster
Well,
parts.
if you remember when we played Monster Hunter with Jess for World, we would kill a monster. She would literally wouldn't harvest it, and we brought that up on stream, and she goes, "I just really don't need this shit. Like I really don't need. There's nothing in here that's gonna help me." That's why they added the sell all button. It was for
gotcha.
Jess, so she could make a quick 2K Zenny.
There you go.
Whatever. Just like it's not a complete waste.
Cool. Well, I still think it's a good game. There's so many things that are like, it's just like it's like the guy running in for the touchdown, celebrating on the 1 yard line, dropping the ball behind him. I'm like, you were so close.
But I think for the people who know Monster Hunter, that this is still a win. I mean,
That's great.
their only downside is saying that it's too easy,
easy.
and that's my upside. I'm like, it's actually making the game better for me.
You think?
I'll still run into, like, when I press up on the D-pad, my Sacred doesn't come right away. I imagine there's going to be quality of life fixes, but as for the function of the game, the armor sets, the diversity of monsters, the biomes, the way the maps move, like, any problem I had with World is mostly gone. It's still weird radials. It's still the D-pad thing, like I mentioned, which is a new problem because we didn't have a Sacred.
Yeah.
It's holding LB and pressing X or B to, like, manage those things, but I'm playing with Tim and Derek, who played World with me. I know Derek and I played a bit of Rise. I don't know if Tim ever did, but we played some of Monster Hunter Rise, and I'm playing with them, and it's like I'm like playing with like a different league of player too. Where I'm like, oh, these guys they really give a fuck. So they're doing everything that I don't. They're
that's probably
hitting
helpful.
the things with dung pods. They're shooting it out of the air so that it falls down stunned and doing. And I'm just like, I'm here. I'm going to keep you bitches alive, and I'm going to buff all of your damage. Like I'm the perfect support for them, but I'm in a support state where I'm like, I don't. Unlike Destiny, where it's like, no, I really fucking know this game, so I'm going to support you by my just vast knowledge. I'm just going to support you with my understanding
Of this horn.
with my lack of greediness.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing. You know, I'll play with supports in Overwatch that I'm like, you're a good player, but you have so much more damage than you have healing. You're just not playing your role.
Yeah.
I know how to play my role in this. I'm understanding the horn better and better every day. I'm watching videos and I'm like, oh, when I do this thing, I didn't know I could input 4 notes without having to swing. That's going to change the game for me. Got one on the way in. Great tip today. So, yeah. I'll be
Cool.
figuring it out. I'll be up there with the best of them.
There you go.
Just to support them.
Just to support.
So that Tim and Derek can do their micromanagey ape shit, go crazy. And I'm just going to be eating my buttery fish sticks and
Buttery fish sticks?
yeah, that's what I cook in the pan.
Oh, right. I haven't cooked anything, so I
I
don't
know,
know.
yeah. I'm going to eat my buttery fish sticks and pick my horn to my element so I match it all correctly and say, hey, what do you guys want? You guys want attack up? You want heals? You want defense? What do you want? Like, I got horns. What song do you want me to play? You know?
I picture they're fighting the monster. You're over there cooking. Hey, you guys need something? Okay. Play. Cool. I'm going to go back to.
Yeah, dude.
That guy. 100%.
So many good ones.
Yeah.
Well, and it's funny too. I'm like, I did the Bard in Baldur's Gate 3, same kind of thing. Obviously, I'm supporting other games, but it's like I'm really liking the joke that is these guys just play music. Is like it lands with me every time I see a joke about it.
That's cool. Do you have anything else before we go off Monster Hunter Wilds?
No.
No.
I should be sending out my my Hunter ID.
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever.
I don't have
'Cause you
that,
can
yeah.
you don't have to friend somebody. You can also follow them, which I thought was really clever because I didn't friend Greg Miller, but I follow Greg. So
Yeah.
if he's ever online, I can see him and see that he's hunting something or see whatever. And
Do you get the invite? Can you join on them?
you got to be a link party
Gotta
for that.
be a
But
link
from
party.
following, you can send a link party invite or receive
Gotcha.
one or whatever. So
Because what recently got announced is that in Halo Infinite, they're doing a new game type, round-based shooter.
yeah. You heard this while I was on the mic with you.
Yep.
I don't know what it is.
But they just recently dropped kind of more breakdown where it's like, I think it's best of 11 rounds. It's offense, defense, offense, defense.
We did talk about that. It was like a round-based
round-based shooter. It's got an economy system.
Had a purchase mode. Yeah, that's what you said, economy.
But they essentially, Halo Studios went out and they hired 2 Forge makers from the community to come in and make Forge maps for this game mode. And they also have a competition coming up where you can, it's like a Forge competition to make a map for the mode or whatever.
That's cool.
And I think the prize is like $2K or something.
That's pretty cool.
It's like just like cool community things, but then also a new competitive game type. I think the first map that they're going to like really show off and stuff is March 28th. I've got it in my pocket. Let me just check it. I'm just saying all these numbers that I think I remember, but they're right here.
In a text chat with Alec?
Yeah, because we were following back and forth, and it's just gone.
Oh, you know what? I went into Discord because I told you Alec's messages on Discord always came up as blocked messages that I'd have to like manually click to read.
Yeah.
I went into like search for friends and stuff for Crim, and I was digging through, and I found Alec was he was a blocked user.
Oh, really?
I was like, well, I had never seen this menu before. I'd never whatever, so I was like, oh, unblock, and then all this shit popped up, and I was
There
like,
you go.
how the fuck did this happen? Like, I didn't just manually block Alec. I don't know.
So it's a S&D extraction, best of 11 round based Counter-Strike like competitive game mode. March 29th, first map reveal. 20,000 prize pool for Forge map competition.
$20,000.
Yep, $20,000.
Yeah, I was about to tell you, I was like $2,000. This is going to take at least 50 hours.
Yeah.
That's
neutral weapons on map and an economy system. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if the pay rate, like if they're just like,
2,000 didn't seem
we
like
could
enough.
be paying somebody this hourly to get it done in 8 weeks, or we could have someone do it in 12 weeks.
And also it's a
and
competition,
pay
so
less.
they could get 6 maps they like. They just pay the top however many people, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
prize pool it. So
Yeah, but $20,000, they're actually putting money there. That's good.
I'm pretty excited. I like round-based shooters. I love Halo. So I don't know.
Yeah, I'll try the Overwatch one, but
It doesn't, in my head, I don't see how it's going to work because usually round-based shooters, the time to kill is so low that it's like, is this SWAT in Halo now? Round-based shooter,
You'll
or is
see.
there a shield?
You'll
so
see.
I'm excited to see where it goes, but I'm excited that it's not just like hey, here's a new game type. We gave everybody swords and everyone's faster and low grav, and it's just like a party mode. It's like here's an actual new
Here's a
mode
new
that's a
competitive mode.
competitive mode that's like, we didn't just change the guns or change stats. It's like, it's a whole directive difference,
well,
which I like.
I'm just waiting for UE5.
Yeah, that's also,
I mean, that's a
it's
change.
coming.
That's like an actual change. I mean,
Yeah.
a game mode isn't not a change, but
Right.
also
that's a Halo Infinite 2. That's a Halo blank,
Yeah.
Halo Beyond, or whatever we want to call the next
Yeah,
one.
right.
That's a whole next thing.
just
So
whatever isn't a number anymore.
That's still years out.
Every game a live service.
Yep. But I wanted to get that because that was exciting news. I'm like texting Alec, all right, when are we going to get back on? When do we start getting it? If they're going to release the map here, when does the game mode come out? When are we going to be ready? Is it the next season? What's going on? Because I want to ball out. I want to try to be competitive in Halo.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You've always wanted that, and you've I mean, without succeeding, you've succeeded.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you don't want to go to a stage.
No.
Like that's literally, it's not a goal. You'd probably be like, I'm good. Like if they invited you, I don't even know if you'd be like, yeah, for sure.
If it was one of those things where it's like say I'm playing the game more and I was better at talking to other people, like Crazy Miller, who does streams and went to events.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He was like, oh, I know you play really well. I'm missing a guy for this event. Do you want to come out? I'd be like, oh, I would totally do that. I'm not going to organize a team, do all the hard work to get. I would be like,
even being part of a team, it's like to be part of Crazy Miller's team regularly.
Oh yeah,
is different. It's different. It's just it's too much.
It's like, hey, I need somebody to fill in because I've already paid the thing. Can you hop? Yeah, totally.
No, it's like, I'll go do beach volleyball rec league. I'm not going to practice.
Right.
It's like, I'm not practicing.
But if I get that invite, I'm like, cool. The next 30 hours is me just grinding here, so when I show up, I don't embarrass myself. But I don't want to do. I don't want to do.
You would take it
regular
seriously,
practice.
but
yeah,
what you're saying is that you want to take Halo competitive Halo seriously as a casual from the couch.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, which is it's such a strange. I mean, you know me, I'm not into competitive games like
Nope.
that. I mean, sometimes I feel like grinding ranked in Overwatch, and I'll do it, but I only do it solo because I get too angry otherwise. And
Yeah.
I get to gold, and I'm like, that's what I wanted. I just wanted to be gold. That's it. I don't need to be diamond, platinum. I'm not trying to climb. There is no grind in that way
Yeah.
for me. But there is it's like a weird, not a paradox, but maybe a juxtaposition. I don't know, something that's like, I want to be on my couch, but be the best I can be.
I see.
Is like, that's an automatic ceiling.
Yeah.
Like, let me just put a cap on myself. I get it. but I don't get it. You know, like
Yeah.
it's not the way I play. I can comprehend that it's like, well, I don't want to go to the NBA,
Right.
but I want to be good at playing basketball.
Yeah.
But it's funny because there's always a next step. Like I think of basketball, and we'll say 3v3, you know, because there's amateur pro basketball isn't quite like a baseball, which doesn't really exist as much the same, or like maybe hockey has it and baseball have it, but basketball doesn't. But it's like I want to win the Gus Macker 3v3.
Yeah.
Like that's my goal.
That's
and
the
that's
max.
achievable goal.
Yeah.
That's real. You can practice towards it. You got to get a team together. You got to whatever. But it's like achieving the best at your set goal at the amateur level. Then there's I guess amateur. Then there's the semi-pro, and then there's pro, and then it's just like, what's the best amateur Halo thing? It's still just on the couch.
It's just on the couch.
It's just hitting Onyx or hitting whatever. You know?
I think for me, it's in when I was in high school. I remember talking to my friend and being like, "Oh, do you want to play like Halo? Do you want to try to get good and like go to like an event?" And he's like, I like playing Halo, but I don't want to be like crazy at Halo. And I was like, why not? And he's like, well, you know, like we like playing tennis, and then we joined a team, and now I have to go to practice. I don't want to practice Halo. I just want to play Halo. It's like the same thing. I don't want to walk.
Then I can see you being like, fuck you, that's stupid.
Yeah.
If you're playing to be better, you're playing to be better. Now I imagine you're like, nah, that makes sense. I don't want to take the fun away
I
from
did my
game.
times running around a map with no one on it and trying to figure out jumps and figure out where I can boost around a map and where I can slide it. I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to be able to get high on the chair, play a game, and drop a 24 bomb in a 50 match. You know, that's what I want. I wanted to be able to do that and be like, sick.
I fucking did.
Nailed it.
Yeah. I mean, there's just also so many there's so many limiting factors now. But like, how many people did we see that with Magic?
Yeah.
That again, it's like I understand the competitive spirit. I understand wanting to win in a game that is a board game style competitive way of playing with your friends, but the way that they're financially crippling themselves, or they're like so stressed about not having the meta, or they're trading stuff in to swap for the new, and I'm like, what for? What do you like? Where are you going? What's his fuck face that wanted to win the RCQ only because he made it to whatever, and it was like, bro, you don't own a car. It's in Dallas.
Yeah.
Like, what in your mind just told you that you need to win this, that you'll make it work, you'll get to Dallas, and you're going to do it? Like, absolutely not. That's crazy. Because you won locals in Traverse City,
and
he didn't.
Right, yeah. But
Fuck that kid.
going like, oh, I want to play competitive. Let me get to this rank. That's a goal. But I can do it from here.
Yeah, it is a goal, but it just doesn't. It's funny because getting a rank is like, cool, now I'm in the rank. Whereas it's like, I won the tournament. The tournament is over. If you stop playing, you're eventually not Onyx anymore.
Yeah.
The same way, I guess, you eventually stop playing basketball, you're just worse at basketball, and you're out of shape and whatever.
But
But
you
it's
can always
like
look back
once
to
you win,
glory
you've got the
days.
trophy, you've got the medal, you've got the achievement, you have the thing. Without that achievement, I'm like, there's something missing in my mind that I'm like, if I were to compete, I don't know, Guitar Hero, I'm good at Guitar Hero. If there was a local Traverse City Guitar Hero tournament, that's like, oh, I want to beat that, or I'll say maybe a Michigan regional, or a mid-Michigan, or northern Michigan rather. Maybe that's like the height of it. If I felt I was really good.
They for me, it's I want to get to the top rank, because when you go to Halo Waypoint, it's like, what was your top rank? It has that label
like,
there. It's almost like a trophy. It's like, I'm that rank forever on this, because it'll never show how much lower it won't show next season. I only got to silver too because I just didn't play. I'm Onyx, and that's what it is forever now.
Yeah.
But you brought up Guitar Hero. Did you see they just released like a new guitar?
Yeah,
I've seen interchangeable necks.
I've seen multiple guitars and stuff. Yeah, third party company from what I saw.
This one was partnered with a actual guitar company. Is it a Gibson?
Oh,
but like interchangeable necks, the mechanical
see,
buttons. I just looked at it and went, wow, Stokes would really like this when it comes out. It was just them announcing that they were partnering and doing the thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I saw one that had the Gibson style look on it.
Yeah,
but
I
remember looking at it and I was like, oh, it's just different enough. I don't think it's licensed. Oh, nice, this preview. But
there was what was it? The video that I saw was a guy talking about it, and as he's answering questions, he's like 100%ing a solo in the Fortnite thing. He's like, yeah, so why this guitar I think is better, and why you're getting a better reaction out of it. And he's just like complete singing. The guy's like, I'm so sorry to ask you that question during the most Yeah, I think this was it. Yeah, because you have wired, wireless.
Okay, mate. No, I haven't seen this one. Fuck, dude, that Les Paul looks sweet. I had this guitar, this exact guitar.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. The Blue Tiger Stripe. That's
Very
what they call
nice.
it, yeah.
But then you have like the buttons,
The
and those are
LEDs down the
mechanicals.
thing? Oh, that's kind of cool.
So
a
you
little
can just
directional
move the
pad at
D-pad,
the
yeah.
neck. That's nice. I'm watching a trailer completely unrelated.
Upgradable necks.
Oh, what's that Encore edition?
What's the expensive edition?
As Blueberry Burst is what they call that one.
There you go. But I saw that and I was like, oh, this would be sick. Because I knew you were still doing Clone
that is
Hero,
sick.
right?
What'd you say?
You're still doing Clone Hero, right? Or you have got it?
Yeah. I just play it casually, of course.
Yeah,
but
totally.
I play Festival and Fortnite probably more. I just do it
really?
on a fucking controller.
Oh, no.
I've never plugged in my controller for it because I'm like, it's just too much for
That's
something
fair.
that's like I got a Clone Hero guitar.
Yeah.
God damn, those buttons on the bottom look nice.
Yeah. I'm glad people are still doing
What
it.
is that? That is crazy looking.
Oh, just to do the buttons?
All the triggers. I mean, they're in the wrong.
Or is that a joystick and then you can hit the buttons?
I couldn't tell you.
But yeah.
What do these mode dials even do? This is craziness.
I don't know.
All right, show
And
me.
what's the cost?
Oh my God, it's
not-
so affordable.
Yeah, it's not crazy. 130 bucks?
You think your card will work on this, not the desk?
I might.
No, I'm just kidding.
Currently, probably not.
Hey, that's fair.
I just got to put in a payment.
Design for Xbox. Okay,
We
so
haven't
I
got
can
paid this
get
month
the,
yet, so it's like a whole thing. Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah, otherwise,
Otherwise.
it still would be tough.
if I
but-
told Shay, "Hey, I'm buying this," I get to do that. Divorced. No, I'm just kidding. It wouldn't be divorced. She'd be like, "You have one. What are you talking about?"
But did you
And
see
it's
how
a Les,
cool this
and
was?
it's a Les Paul.
Oh, is
it's,
it?
It's all white. I mean, it's the Wii guitar.
Oh, no, okay, come on, you gotta get me.
It's a Gibson
this
brand.
Is it.
That's
Yeah,
Gibson
dude.
brand. Nah, that's cool though. That is cool.
Cool. I saw that. I meant to mention it. I completely forgot until you said Guitar Hero. I went, oh, I just saw something. And I say I just saw something. It was probably like 2 weeks ago, or it's like
Hey, that's
2
cool.
or 3 weeks ago.
It looks
But
like it was announced 3 weeks ago. You're fine for it. I understand.
cool.
But anyway, the competitive. I want to be competitive Halo. That's that's what
yeah.
you're saying.
I'm excited.
That's good. That's good.
Also, give me something new to do in this game. I play it every week.
That's
it's
really
like,
what you're
I
looking
need
for.
new- I would like
That's what
new
you're-
something, yeah.
But now Bethany won't be joining you. I'm sure.
Probably-
There's gonna be a disparity.
Well, for me,
That
for
forms.
that is for all my challenges, I won't play this game mode. She helps me with challenges anytime I want to play, which I don't really normally do anymore.
Would you be trying to do it solo?
I will probably play it solo to get good, but if I'm like I want try to do like ranked, I would like at least one other person or somebody that I can mic with.
Who's that gonna be? Probably Alec.
Yeah, I'll try to do as much with Alec as I can.
You're
If
roping
not,
him
and
into
then
your bullshit. I see.
yeah. That's why you have a brother, so you can rope him
I
into the
wouldn't
bullshit.
know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
So we'll see. If only if it's like, hey, Alec, we're gonna hit like just like the Halo achievements. I'm like, we've got 2 weeks. I want to hit this super hard, hit a rank. Let's do it and let's get out.
2 weeks.
Well, that was the achievements. It was like we had like 2 weeks. Let's
You
get
had
in
11 days.
hard.
Yeah.
Get out. So
That's fair enough.
yeah. The only other thing I had today was Oscars. If you wanted to go over Oscars, I know you watched. I completely forgot they were happening.
I forgot Elimination Chamber was happening.
2 different worlds.
Yeah, well, and it's always funny because mine, I'm so cynical when I watch the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
I must be a fucking burden on everyone near me when I watch the Oscars because they're like, oh my God, dude, shut up. They're like, this was your idea. That's got to be what they're saying. I'm like, I know.
Because I want to like them, but I
'cause-
know too much.
Yes, it's no too much. It's also just like, look at these rich fucking assholes ask for money for the LA wildfires and then put a fucking Rolex commercial on.
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's just like and that happened. That wasn't like maybe this happened.
Yeah.
It was directly like we're Oscar winning directors and Leo DiCaprio, who was in the movies of these Oscar winning directors. And it was like, oh, that's really cool. It was James Cameron, Alfonso Cuarón, and Martin Scorsese and DiCaprio, and it's just shots from their movies and all the stuff they're doing. And it was like, to the victor goes the crown, and it's the crown, and it's Rolex, and the Rolex is so dope. And then scan the QR code to help LA wildfires, whatever. I'm like, come on, guys, this is too much.
It's like there's no way that you guys don't have enough money.
them bringing out the I mean, you probably didn't see it, but they brought out the LA fire department. They brought out like the chief and whatever.
Okay.
They brought out like probably like 7-8 people, and they had 3 of them tell a joke.
Really?
Like 3 of them told a joke that were about something like one of the first one was actually a good joke from one of the fire chiefs. Was going out to all those people that lost their homes, the producers of Joker 2. And I was like, dude, that is such a crazy joke to say as the fire department. Like,
there's a fire department at the out is great.
yeah, the other 2 jokes were pretty fucking terrible, but
Yeah.
all the same, yeah, it was. There was just those things where I'm like parading out the fire department in front of Hollywood's richest people, the people who didn't have or need the fire department of the public. They purchased their own fire department.
Yeah.
You know, the private fire. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't like
So
it.
what you're saying, again, you were burdened the people around you. There
I was a
cynical.
burden. Yeah, I was like,
Everyone
dude,
there's watching.
I had half a bottle of champagne and a buzzin'. I was like,
look at these rich fucks, dude.
fucking assholes. I'm just got my buzzin'. Oh, fuck you.
You know they had to pay for their
Like,
Oscars,
fuck
right?
you. Yeah.
It's all political stuff.
Yeah, they had to fucking nominate. It was like, I forget who it was that was like, oh, poor, I don't even remember. It was a best supporting actor or something.
Yeah.
Oh, poor this person for not winning. I was like, those fucks got a $150,000 gift basket for being nominated.
Yeah.
I'm like, they are fine.
They got
it's
so
public
much.
info. They want a fucking in-home sauna. They want a new car. They all want a Rolex just for being nominated.
They're all going to go to McDonald's after this.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, Paul Giamatti's going to fucking In and Out like he always does. Jesus Christ.
I wonder what it's like to work at those restaurants. Like they're like, oh, it's Oscar night. I was like, oh, I'll work.
Who we gonna
see? What's going
yeah.
on? Because I saw somebody, I think it was McDonald's, posted receipts with celebrities' names on them with their orders afterwards and like Instagram.
That's funny.
Yeah, they're just like posting stuff. The only thing I saw was the Kieran Culkin acceptance speech, which was really funny.
It was funny.
That was good.
There was a couple people that made fun jokes afterwards. Like, I think it was Flo, the team from Latvia. Mm-hmm. I think that was the team, or it might have been one of the documentaries. But they came over and it was like, "This, I won this. Yes, I'm not having your babies because of it, but
No, nice.
yes, this Oscar will not get you any children, but it will get me this. You know,
Yeah.
a couple fun jokes. So
That was good.
that was good. Yeah, there weren't any real stunners for me. We had like a guess who's going to win each Oscar. Whoever gets the most points wins. I did win.
What'd you win?
Nothing.
Oh. You didn't win a Rolex or a $150,000 gift basket or?
I won my house on fire is what I got.
Oh, no!
I won a wildfire. Oh no! It's the lottery.
Oh, man.
Bad lottery.
Really? No prize? Nothing? No, like you guys didn't all throw in like $10 for a $50 gift card
The
or
prize
something?
was me being able to fucking drunkenly yell at the TV. I mean, I guess I wasn't drunk. I was buzzed. Then I got high.
Yeah.
And I did get high.
Okay.
I was like cross-eyed. Like,
You're like, oh, I won.
And I was like, oh fuck, dude, Honora is killing it.
What is Honora about? I swear, we went over Oscar nominations. I saw them winning a bunch of stuff, and I was like, I don't remember this movie at all.
Yeah, so I watched Tangerine in college, which was shot on an iPhone. It was mostly because it was on an iPhone that it was like, look, this guy won a bunch of independent awards and went to like, I'll say South by. It was like South by or Sundance or whatever, but it wasn't like Cannes Film Festival.
No.
It wasn't anything crazy, but it was a bigger festival. Maybe it was like the Austin Film Festival.
Yeah.
And it was like, look, you can do this with an iPhone. He used this special like OtterBox made a lens or something that you could put on the corner. I forget. He's like, use this lens to change some of this, and let's look at how does mise-en-scène work with the, whatever. And then the next movie he did, at least that I was aware of, he might have done Red Rocket in between. I don't know his full, filmography there.
Right.
But he did The Florida Project, which has Willem Dafoe as like the only character in there that has like a
name,
or the only
gravitas
actor, I should say, in probably his most like grounded role, where it's like he's very over the top as a person. Yeah. He's almost too grounded. It's like you cast him perfectly because he's so jarringly normal in this.
Got it.
And that movie, I'll say a proper film in that it wasn't filmed on an iPhone. It was like a very normal film in that way, but won many awards. His next movie, Red Rocket, which I think was the next chronologically, I actually just didn't watch. I didn't see. And I haven't seen Anora yet. It came to theaters. I heard a bunch of good things, and I was like, I really should go see this, but I just avoided it. But all 4 movies are about sex work in some capacity.
Weird.
Now, the movie is not functionally about sex work.
Gotcha.
It's about the lives of the people who are in it. The Red Rocket is about like a ex-porn star, male porn star who's just a piece of shit the whole movie, and it's like, kind of like an Uncut Gems kind of thing where it's like, this guy sucks. Florida Project is taking a look mostly at the kids. There's 2 kids of a sex worker who lives in a hotel where Willem Dafoe is like the manager of the hotel.
Okay.
But it's right outside of Disneyland. Or Disney World, rather.
Oh, nice.
So there's an interesting
They've got rooms in Disney
magical
World now,
kingdom and like how the kids escape reality into sort of like a fairy tale kind of world, even though you get to see it as the real world, but it's just them playing. Phenomenal kid actors in it. Tangerine was about like beef between 2 sex workers.
Okay.
That was really interesting.
So when your mom goes, you like movies with whores, it's all
a
these.
trans sex worker, more particularly in Tangerine. But then Anora by Mikey Madison, who won Best Actress, is a sex worker. Sort of rapidly falls in love with the son of a Russian oligarch who is like, they're doing the night out in Vegas.
Okay.
They're doing the thing, but he's like, I love you. You come with me. We're going to do more nights. We're going to do more weekends. We're going to do whatever. We're going to get married. Let's do this. And she's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And they end up at his super fancy house with his super fancy cars and whatever. And
and they pull up a little thing to scan a QR code for the LA
the
wildfire.
LA fires. Yeah, of course. Yeah. She ends up donating all of her money. No, she. So then, of course, it's the Russian oligarch family that's like, you need to annul this.
Gotcha.
Like this marriage can't exist. And it's kind of it's interesting because it's like about the American dream and like what her dreams are and how she's trying to use him to achieve them.
Okay.
But I know everything about this movie in terms of spoilers, so I don't want to say anything crazy.
Okay.
But it's it's not going to go as because his movies aren't rainbows and sunshine. They don't really end happy.
Yeah.
So this is kind of that, but like achieving the American dream from the position that she's in and how she's like disrespected and not trusted and not believed.
Okay.
But I'm very excited to watch it.
The only
I
one
told you because she hadn't seen any of them. I was like, "Fuck it, let's watch all of them." There's only 4 that I can think of.
The only one that sounded interesting to me was the one with Disneyland. And it's only because Disneyland was in it.
And Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe, yeah. But if he's not being Willem Dafoe, if he's being normal,
It's a sight to see.
okay.
It's cool because it's like why are you walking like that? You know what I mean? Like there's little things that I'm like, there.
Is it Willem Dafoe
Like,
thinking this
God,
is normal? Like he's like,
No,
this
it's
is what
normal.
normal.
It's normal. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
like, man, this man is broken. He's like beaten down. Like this
Interesting.
has been a long life. He is sick of this shit, and he's got to deal with our main character of sorts.
The character, not Willem Dafoe, is beat down. And
Oh, right,
no,
right. Yeah,
the
no,
character
the
is-
character.
gotcha,
I mean,
gotcha.
Willem Dafoe is being him, right?
Right,
So-
right, yeah. I just was like, are you seeing Willem Dafoe being tired of something, or are you seeing?
No.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
let me get a date on Florida Project. 2017.
I think
so. It's been 8
did
years.
Florida Project and 3 Billboards Outside of Whatever come out around the same time?
No.
because I get those two confused.
Oh
they
wow,
both-
they came out the same year. I lied.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
holy
get
shit.
I get those two confused.
Wow, I thought that movie
I
was
thought
way
they
later.
like. I feel like the poster also has like a similar organization.
The Florida Project is a tough one to miss because it's the kid running.
Maybe it's the font.
The billboards has the actors going down the side with the billboard on the left.
What's the billboard font?
Sure. 3 billboards. Looks like an LED, maybe. No.
Oh no! Oh, maybe it's the
Outside
first one.
Ebbing?
Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. I just for some reason those two got confused in my head.
Yeah. Well, it was great for Sean Baker. He won Best Editing, Screenplay, Directing, and Picture.
Jeez.
I think he won. He won 4, but it's crazy because he's the editor. He's the
director.
writer.
He's the writer.
He's the
yeah.
director. I'm like, dog. What a fucking night for Sean Baker. Good for him. Yeah, crazy.
I feel like you do that. You make a movie.
Looks like a Snowbird was. Oh, it's a short. Maybe that's why I didn't see it. Starlet being his first movie, I never did see that.
I feel like you hit a movie, right? You wrote, directed, edited, and picture. You won an award for all the things you did in it. The next movie, I feel like you just got to make something crazy, right? You just got to take as many chances as possible. You not even be artsy, just be weird with it. Because it's like, what are you shooting for?
It's
How do you
interesting
beat
though, because
that?
if you do 4 movies all about characters in the same field of work, like I think he wants his 5th movie to be that. He's not pigeonholed.
Yes.
He's doing this because he wants. Looks like his last video before Anora was Taco Bell fry again. He did a nacho fries.
So maybe that's it. Maybe he does that. That's the fun. Because in my head, I'm like, let's give this guy like
Well, it
fucking.
looks like it's got what's his name? Ed Skrine.
Let's
the
make
villain from Rebel Moon.
Yeah, it's
He's in the commercial.
he did all these movies. They're really artsy. Blah, blah, blah. Let's have him do a remake of Fraggle Rock or something. Like do something weird. Like give it to him.
Maybe I don't know.
Maybe not. Maybe he just loves doing this. Maybe this is what he's all about.
He clearly is doing it because he loves it. So
I just feel I feel like it's like to make a really good movie is like draining. Where it's like if you've hit the peak where everything you did, you got the highest award that you could for it. It's like after that, what's the next goal? Fucking what's his face at the Super Bowl on his birthday doing the pick six or the touchdown, getting a ring. It's like
we just keep joking.
What do you
his
do
life's
next?
over.
Yeah,
now,
it's like what do you do next? What's the next thing? He goes, you know what? I've done writing, editing, directing, picture. I'm gonna act in the next one. I'm going to go get my Oscar for acting. You know what? I'm going to write a song for the next one. I'm going to get best original song. Like, it's like, what else do? You got to go after something.
I did want to bring up, I didn't know this fun fact. This was from Bastion, but the guy who's also nominated for best director and producer, writer, all for The Brutalist, which won plenty of awards, as I'm sure you remember. It won
Good job, Adrian
score,
Brody.
best actor. I can't remember any of the others. Anyway, he is the blonde kid in Funny Games, the American version.
Oh, really?
I was like, oh shit,
That's cool.
That's crazy. Like, I'm so glad you, one, stayed in the industry, but two, like, though, you know, you had like quite the pivot.
Yeah.
To go to a small budget A24 Oscar bait kind of movie that was in a production hell for apparently like 7 years.
Always is the way.
Because he had a full cast, everything production ready. COVID hit, the whole cast left, so he had to get a whole new cast, start the whole new production process over again. And that's why we're getting it out so late. But through A24 and everything, it was like good for him.
I think besides like the obvious Oscar movies I've already seen, like Wicked and stuff like that, I think A Real Pain is the one that I'm like, I really want to see
Eisenberg,
that.
of course, you want to support him for that.
And I think it looks funny.
No, it looks good.
In like a
Shane
dark
and I
way,
want to watch it too.
It looks good.
It's on something. It's on Hulu or something.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's streaming. We've seen it available to hit play. We just haven't. I don't know if there were really any. I mean, I do want to see Anora, obviously, but I don't know if there were many others. I do want to see The Brutalist, but our theater pulled it real quick and it's not available now. So that's like not ready for me.
I will end up seeing Dune 2 eventually. I just don't know when I'm going to sit down and do it.
Sure. Yeah, best sound design went to Dune 2 and best visual effects.
Visual effects.
Yeah. Which I was like, that's great, because I think they did great in both those aspects.
Yeah.
And they won them, 3 Oscars ago.
Yeah. For the first Dune?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, like I said, I didn't know Oscars were happening later on.
Flow, the animated movie.
Oh.
No one else there picked Flow for best animated film, but I was like, they don't know that this one won a Golden Globe.
What were the other ones?
They don't know that this one. Inside Out 2.
Wild
The
Robot.
Wild Robot. Something about like the birth of a snail, I think is what it was called. It's like about a kid who like kind of pretends to be a snail. And then the Wallace and Gromit movie.
Yeah, it was going to be Wild Robot or Flow.
For you?
I think so. It was one of those two. Wild Robot's one I've heard more about, so I would almost have gone with Flow because I was like,
well,
it's
but for
probably
me,
gonna be.
because Flow has to do with a cat like being lost in the flood, which I was like, Oscars, they go for the timely shit too. So
Yeah.
with everything
Disasters
with Carolina
and
and Florida this last year, but then also it won a Golden Globe, it's won Independence Awards, it's won other things that I'm like, I already know this one. Like I circled it, and it was the same thing. I was like, Flow's gonna win. They're like, no way. Everyone's guessed Wild Robot.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys, and they're like, we've never even heard of Flow. So I put that on the list of like, okay, Shay, we have to watch Flow. I wanted to watch it. I think it was on Apple TV, if I remember.
I think I saw it there.
But yeah, I wanted to watch it with Shay because I was like, well, it's an animated movie about a cat.
About a cat, yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it without her.
Makes sense.
So that's when I'm waiting
That's
on
like
too.
seeing
But,
Minecraft without her. It's like, what are you doing?
well, based on her reactions, it sounds like I might.
Oh shoot!
She's
really?
like, oh, every time I bring it up, she's like, he's wearing this ugly wig. He's wearing this fucking thing. I'm like, yeah, stop, dude. You're gonna go. I'm gonna drag your ass into that theater, sit you in the seat.
I'm excited. Everyone's like,
Oh, me too.
I'm excited.
like,
It's
who
gonna be
gives
a event.
shit?
Yeah, it's gonna be a event.
15 years too late. Who
cares?
gives a rat's
Yeah.
ass, dude? Whatever. It's dude, the Jack Black memes that are every time they announce a new property. It's him.
I am blank.
He is so good, dude. It's so good.
Oh yeah, and I'm good. I expect to sit in that movie and go, "Wow, this is a train wreck," but it's going to be a
Can't
fun
wait.
train wreck to
I
watch.
can't wait.
Yeah,
Train wrecks, fun to watch.
it's going to be
notoriously.
awesome. So, any final thoughts on the Oscars or anything?
Eat the Rich.
Okay.
No.
No. Okay. Cool.
No. I mean,
Any performances or anything that really stuck out?
yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Hit me with it.
Well, they had Ariana Grande sing "Somewhere Over the Rainbow." They had Cynthia Erivo sing something I didn't recognize at all.
Oh, okay.
And then they had the both of them sing
Defying Gravity, which brought down the house.
which
Probably
was
amazing.
fucking
Yeah.
awesome. It was just like, God, they're really this good.
It's
like
so
It's
good.
crazy to me. I'm like, fuck. Like every time I want to hate Ariana Grande, I'm like, God, she's so good.
They're
of
so
course,
good.
That was Cynthia's spot, but there was that song at least. They're in it together. But
Right.
Who gets the moment? Who gets herself lifted up on stage solo? I don't know if you watched it, but
I didn't watch
there was a really. I was like, man, you guys set this up really well because there's a shot. I was like, these again, they're pros. They're hitting their fucking marks.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's a shot of Ariana in the background that they kept focus on until it was like, of course, some big note moment where they racked focus onto Cynthia's face, but they're like 30 feet apart, and I was like. You guys are fucking good at this. It's so funny thinking like, well, you guys, of course, this is Hollywood putting on a fancy Hollywood production. Of course, it's going to be the best doing all of everything.
Yep.
Every guy in the booth making all the cuts, everyone doing all the lighting, all the music, I'm like, you guys are on top of it. So that performance was great.
Yeah. The
But
Oscars don't get the B team to do production.
But what do they? Yeah, right. But what do they do? They do, well, and we're all here. It's not just about us. Let's celebrate all of the camera crew, the lighting, the makeup,
The guys at home
whatever.
with a beer, like,
yeah,
"Ah!"
let's celebrate these guys. I'm like, where the fuck are they?
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Oh my God.
They're out there fighting fires.
Everyone's sitting there fucking like, oh, this is my custom Louis Vuitton.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I'm like, eat shit.
I will never wear this
Your
shirt
house
again.
didn't fucking burn down, dude. Fuck off.
Anyway. I do it.
Back to it.
Yep.
There was only one other because they didn't perform every song.
Really?
They didn't perform any song.
Oh, I thought they did that every time.
They performed them with the Oscar choir or the Oscar orchestra.
Yeah.
All right in a row, and the nominees are boom, 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 boom. As they would like.
So they didn't have someone singing them?
Right. No songs.
Gotcha.
As they did. I just thought of another performance that
Okay.
happened, but as they did, as they come back from commercial breaks, they'd be like Best Picture nominee, and they would like highlight it for like 40 seconds instead of it just getting like the quick cut, which they gave it when they actually spoke its nomination out loud. But unlike previous years, they just didn't. There was no Ryan Gosling singing I'm Just Ken. There was no performance like that. It was just whatever. But they did have people singing songs. They just weren't those. They did a
weird.
tribute to Quincy Jones, where they did a song from The Wiz.
Okay.
They did obviously the opening, like I said, with the music from Wicked, which notably was not nominated because it's not an original song because it came from Broadway.
Boo.
Whatever.
It's still an original song. It's just the recording of the stage.
Stop.
That's crazy.
That's not the. What are you talking about?
It's not like
it's Cynthia singing it this time.
It's
So it's
not
an
like
original
it's
song.
a song that
You can't
was
be
not-
nominated for Somewhere Over the Rainbow again. You know. Stop. Anyway,
That's crazy.
There are other performances. So Queen Latifah sang a song, whatever. But they had this one that really stuck out as I was like, "You fucking cowards!
Oh.
You're weak. You're terrible." Because Bash and I, again, I'm inebriated.
Yeah.
We're shaking each other like, "No way, this is gonna happen." They
Hey,
do.
Drake.
They do a whole. They did make Conan did was like. And now that we're halfway through the show, Kendrick will come out and call Drake a pedophile. Like, just said those words.
Awesome.
That was
Okay.
hilarious.
Go on.
Conan did really great. But there was a performance where they're like, now we're going to do a tribute to our favorite spy, James Bond.
Oh,
And it's the circle comes
Yeah.
through and whatever. And Doja Cat sang Diamonds Are Forever. Lisa sang a song. What's the Beatles song? Live and Let Die?
Live and let die.
That might have been what it was,
Okay.
Live and Let Die. And then someone I didn't know her name. I recognized her, but I didn't know her name. She did Skyfall. So it was like none of the people singing their OG songs. but
Skyfall's so good.
Skyfall Fox. But they sang it, and they were the full songs,
Yeah.
full productions
Holy
for
crap.
all three artists. And I was like, they're gonna tell us who the new James Bond is. I was like, this is such a fucking awesome way to show it off with this just explosive level of
Yeah.
production on these three things. The video walls going crazy, all the dancers going crazy, all three performances absolutely fucking knocked it out of the park. It was presented by Halle Berry, of course. You know,
Okay.
Oscar winner Halle Berry comes to does the whole thing.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then it's just curtains and they go to commercial. And I was like, what the fuck did I just spend? It must have been 20 minutes. It was so long
What were they thinking?
that I was like, there's so much time dedicated to James Bond, but no Bonds came out on stage. They had Halle Berry in the sizzle reel, and obviously she came out and announced it.
Yeah.
And then the three women that sang songs, it's not like they're in the movies. They just picked three songs. And also there's so many other, like Billie Eilish did a song or whatever like that exists, but she didn't sing it. No one sang her song. It was just like, why are we picking three just cherry-picked full songs, doing a huge production, calling it a tribute to James Bond is just by singing their music, and that's it. Same thing with Quincy Jones. It was like, they did the Quincy Jones thing. Here's what he did that was so important. It was presented by Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah because he also did the composition for Color Purple.
Okay.
So whatever. And The Wiz, and they did a whole song, and it was cool. And it was like, thanks. And I was like, is it his birthday? Is it like, because Quincy Jones from dead, but how is he? Is it his 85? Is it 85th birthday? He didn't die this year. He didn't die last
Quincy
year.
Jones dead, but like, what's the point?
He didn't die last year. He didn't die the year before. Like, why? Why James Bond? Like,
weird.
is it the 100th year? Because they didn't say that.
'Cause it
is
might-
it the 80th year? Like, just okay. Here's Quincy Jones, and here's 007. The Wicked one is, I'll say Wicked. The Wizard of Oz and Wicked one is like, oh, this makes sense. Oh, and you did the Wiz from Quincy Jones, so like, oh,
Okay.
I see the tie. James Bond.
James Bond.
Like,
it's one of
what
those
are we
things
doing?
where
I
it's
just
like,
was like, what? We're just jerking ourselves off here.
it's like one of two things. Is one, they wanted the attention, even though it's going to be bad attention, so they're going to do James Bond thinking people will think this. Or someone in a room's like, let's do a James Bond number. They did all this stuff, and they all got done with it, and they're like, man, that was such a cool performance. The next day on the internet, they go, oh, everyone thought we were going to announce James Bond, and everyone in the room's quiet for a second and go,
because
oh,
I think it was
shoot.
last week they announced Monday that James Bond as a property was sold to Amazon.
oh,
So the
yeah, that
next,
would have made sense.
I think it was this. I think it was like whatever a week and it was 8 days ago that they announced that like Amazon purchased James Bond. So the next James Bond movie will be an Amazon movie.
I was going to say I've seen people like there's a front runners for
Well,
the next.
there
James
always
Bond.
has been, right?
Always,
like
right? Yeah.
Daniel Craig's on his first movie, and they're like, "Who's the next James Bond?" You know,
Yeah.
sure, whatever. Not that Skyfall hasn't come out yet.
Who's your choice?
Me,
Yeah.
Bastion was so convinced it was going to be Henry Cavill, and I was like, "There's no shot.
Yeah, I don't
There's
think so.
just no shot."
Yeah, no. That's too quick to buy bonds and pick the actor.
Well, that's when it was announced.
Right.
I can
It could've
understand
been
a
in the
week
works for a
turnaround
while.
for James Bond. You're going to want to do camera tests, chemistry tests, whatever, all the bullshit. But it was like, you can do that without having a license.
Yeah.
You can call the actors that are on your list. You can run all those tests. And like, we'll say, you know, we had a retail store, we want to sell it. We don't decide we want to sell it and sell it in 3 days.
Right.
We're already planning our vacation, you know, the day that we decide to sell it, even though it's going to sell 6 months from now or whatever. So it's like, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So it would have been fast. But I was like, oh, they tied it all in. Like this is
This
all
is
working.
why
It's the
we're doing
master
it.
plan. I said Idris Elba. But I just don't know about the physicality and stuff. I was just like, oh, that if I'm thinking of a wild guess, I think that'd be a cool one.
For me, Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
He's got the suave. He's got the action background. It's like
I don't
everything.
know who I'd actually pick. I think we've talked about it before. I liked the same way I liked him for whatever Jace or Gideon, John Madden. No,
yeah.
I think that is
Something
his name.
yeah.
Something Madden.
I think Idris Elba would be good, but I think Idris Elba would be good if he did like one Bond. Like I don't want Idris Elba to be stuck for 4 movies or whatever. Aaron Taylor Johnson, I think he's young enough where you can do young.
But that's what I'm saying. Rob
struggling,
Stark is
older.
like all those things.
Yes,
too. So, but that doesn't really matter because they didn't show it, and it was a huge fucking disappointment.
That's sad. I've never really been a big Bond person. I remember some of my friends that I was making movies with when I was in college were big Bond people, and they're like, cool, you should start with this one. And I watched it. I think it was A View to a Kill, and I was like, this movie sucks. Why'd you make me start here? And they're like, oh, it's like my favorite one. I went, whatever. But then I watched Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, and Skyfall. I thought those 3 were good.
Yeah.
And then I didn't watch the other.
I've seen one James Bond movie my whole life.
Oh, really? Which one?
Yeah. Skyfall.
Skyfall's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a great time. I was like, oh, I should watch Casino Royale. I should watch I watch Casino Royale on TV. I just don't consider myself having actually watched it.
I was going to say, I think you'd like Casino Royale because it's a little bit of slower.
I also, when I was younger, I had my eyeballs on one of the Pierce Brosnan ones. I don't remember which one.
Yeah. What's
Another
after Skyfall? It's Spectre. And
Yeah,
then
Spectre and then No Time to Die.
No Time to Die. Those 2 I did not see. I want to, but it's never a top priority for me.
Yeah. 2 things on another performance that is what I thought of. The In Memoriam.
Oh. You got
Dead,
me worried.
all of them. No, I'm just kidding. That's not a thought.
Okay. They're dead.
But they're dead. Gene Hackman was there.
Yep.
Well, you know, in
Yes,
spirit.
Gene Hackman was in the book. And this is the last episode of the Pop Tap podcast.
Yeah, nah.
Go on.
He'd be laughing.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that joke. Had another one come to head that was
Yeah.
more about how.
Yeah.
Less, and I don't need to say that. But they didn't have Michelle Trachtenberg.
Really?
Just wasn't on the wall at all. Which I was like, that's crazy because I do again. Part of my I'm a cynic.
Dead.
Part of my it is spelled dead. I can see it from here with the skull in front. When I'm watching it, I'm like the editor of whatever movie gets a spot in the memoriam, and it's like, oh, quick this person, and then the curtain comes down and James Earl Jones, and he gets practically a fucking speech.
Yeah.
From beyond. He gives us a speech. Gene Hackman gets the thing. David Lynch gets one. I'm like, that's great. It's interesting to be measuring these people against each other, and they're all dead.
Yeah.
And it was also like,
I mean, it's how they always do it, though, right?
I can't think of like I'm just like Gina Rollins was there.
I guess it's
Maggie Grace, or not Maggie Grace. Is that her name?
Maggie Smith. No,
Maggie Smith. Yeah, that sounds
Maggie
right.
Smith.
Yeah, Maggie Smith.
Got it.
So
Okay.
she was in it. She was the first one. Roger Corman. Oh my gosh, pioneer of all horror B-rated. I'm just like, it's weird. You're almost telling me lesser than.
Yeah.
And these like, are they because like did these guys win Oscars? Is that why? But you're not saying that. And I don't think
it's just-
Lynch won an Oscar.
It's just name
I don't really
recognition,
know.
probably.
Well, probably, but also I'm like Maggie Smith.
Yeah.
Of course, she gets some fucking wand of the sky Harry Potter moment thing
Yeah.
there, so that was strange. The song that they played was crazy.
Oh shit.
I'm
What
like,
they-
dude, I turned
And the sky fall.
you're dead, and out of this world.
Oh, gosh.
No. I turned up the volume. I hope we can hear it well.
Okay.
It was the choir singing it that Yep. Is this the real audio?
I don't know. Maybe they changed it because it was not a good choice, apparently.
I almost don't think this is real. Yeah, because there you can hear her voice.
Okay, so
when
this is
she's
not the
talking,
right-
you could hear her voice. I was like, this is just soft music.
I was gonna say that seems pretty fitting.
Really,
I mean, it
it's
wasn't like a song,
appropriately
but yeah,
somber.
okay.
This one's from ABC. Yeah. You know this song.
Yeah.
I never allow
See?
personal despair to
Oh,
interfere
yeah.
with my
There you
professional commitments. I am a professional actress.
What
It's
is
the.
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know the name of the song.
But what is it from?
Everything. Here, maybe this is where I started on the last video.
Play it again, just like you've done it before.
Chris Christopherson, R.I.P.
Yeah.
I was like, what fucking song are you like? This is the thing that's playing when someone's conniving in the background.
Yeah.
Is how I think. Or
I'm picturing
this is
someone
the
like-
everybody's dying in slow motion at all these things, and I was
Yes.
like, is this the song? Am I like just tuned to this song?
In
to
my
be-
head, I'm picturing Zack Snyder coloring like a slow walk through a building, but everything's happening around him, or something's happening off screen that's affecting him, but we're not seeing it affect him yet, but we know it's going to him.
But I there was a part. It was that at that moment, that Bastian and I looked at each other like, what the fuck?
Weird.
Like, why is this?
It's funny because
happening
I
right
hear
now.
that
That's
song.
so strange.
I think I have a scene in my head. I just don't know what the scene is.
Well, I bet we could find the song and
You know
and
what,
figure it out, but
I just recently I was watching something and it showed like a clip.
the top comment, the music choice makes it feel like they're going to reveal the killer of these people at the end.
Okay.
That's crazy.
I saw a clip recently of just Watchmen. It was just a quick little snippet of the movie, and I went, I think it's been too long since I've seen Watchmen because I looked at it and went, fuck, that
Here's
looks
another
good.
one from this year. Olivia Hussey didn't get one. Our Juliet from Black Christmas. Like, come on.
I mean, like, I understand. There's going to be people that get missed in the industry. It's just too big of industry to keep track.
Tony
But
Todd,
he wasn't in there.
Michelle Trachtenberg.
Tony Todd.
They're
wasn't
not in there. Are they only?
That's
It's
crazy.
like, are you only pulling people that have been in an Oscar film? Is that it?
No, because has Tony Todd not been in anything Oscar? Like even as like a background or something.
Well, Candyman didn't get fucking nominated, so I don't-
None of the Final Destinations got like special effects or anything at any point. Probably not.
come on, dude. Like, it was,
Yeah, man, that's so weird.
oh, interesting.
Okay,
Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
awesome. Big Lebowski.
Big Lebowski. Yeah, that's in Maud's place. Hunter, not true. From The Crown, Amadeus, Peaky Blinders,
Oh wait.
Primal Fear.
This is Primal Fear. Maybe that might be. I don't think it's Primal Fear though. I think that's a different song.
Yeah. Well, Godfather. So there's a lot, but I was just like, to me, it seems interesting.
What's
of a
going to
choice.
happen is I'm going to put on a movie recently, or I'm going to put on a movie here soon, and I'll be watching. It'll be the 50th time I've seen this movie, and that song will kick on. I go, "This was the movie." I'll just like flip
Yeah.
whatever's in. Oh, this is it.
You go, oh, it's a song from the Oscars.
Yeah, they basically have a committee that has a long list, and they whittle it down to a feasible number. Which I get, and I'm sure it's kind of like, hey, we can't just go, here are all the important people, here are all the less people, and just cut out the editors and the people behind the scenes. Because if we don't have any of those people, then people are going to say stuff. So they maybe whittle down for both ends, but it's like, I mean, there's certain
Hey, you
people
gave me 30 minutes of fucking Bond music.
that for no reason.
Yeah.
I guess they just don't want, we don't want 45 minutes of In Memoriam, even though it's like, you kind of committed to In Memoriam. You got to do it, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose.
Very weird. Hey, I didn't even remember the Oscars were happening, so I'm not really behind or beholden to anything that they do. It can just stop. I think what was that Oscars? What number was it?
96th or 7th.
Cool. You get 4 more years, 100
Yeah,
years.
put it at 100.
Put 100 years of Oscars, and we can just retire it.
That's not gonna happen.
No,
People
but
want their little golden man.
sure.
It'd be cool to have an Oscar.
I mean,
Imagine,
I'm not-
imagine if we just like Oscar's the new goal. That's our grind. We're going. We're pushing hard. We're doing whatever it is we can. Oscars are done the year that our film comes out. Ah!
So
I mean, no one does it with the Oscar in mind, I imagine.
No.
But
But I mean, you could really shoot for it. I don't want to be like you could shoot for it easily, but what you do is you do the easy route where you do like a really hardcore short film, get that into festivals to then get that, because then it's like smaller scale. Like I remember the first year when I was really like thinking about the Oscars and in film school and all that stuff, the short film that won the Oscar was like a black and white Cupid something movie, but it looked like it was shot for like $24. Like
Nice.
it was like
Wholesale.
it didn't have like a production value to it. But he
You
was
want
on
the
stage.
you want the
he
real way to
accepted-
do it. You want the asterisk on your Oscar, maybe.
Okay.
Is you just become a student again. Go back to school and do it. Because I mean, Colin was at MSU when he was like 27.
Yeah.
Because of the military, and he wasn't nominated, but his classmate was in the same like group and project was nominated for an Oscar.
No, there you go.
was,
Let's go back for my
I
bachelor's.
think it was called. It was called like Flint Voices from a Poison City. It was all about the lead water crisis.
If it didn't cost too much, I could just take like one class in perpetuity until I get a doctorate for film.
I say I wouldn't a doctorate. Jesus, I'm not writing a thesis. No way.
For film?
No.
Oh, really?
Nope. I'm not writing shit.
Okay.
That's just me. I don't want to do it.
I feel like you would enjoy it. I feel like you would if you could do it
There was a
orally.
couple.
I think you could do it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Writing, no,
but
orally
I'd
you
have
could
to
do
write it to know what I'm going to orally say. I'm not.
Yeah, but you
coming
could
out on
do
the
it
fly.
in notes, and then you could fill in the lines yourself. I
I'd
think.
still hate it.
Okay.
But there was only one essay I really enjoyed writing, and it was about the use of color in Blood Feast.
There it is. There's your thesis.
I think it was 1961 Blood
There's the
Feast.
thesis.
Herschel Gordon Lewis. That whole class I missed 1 point.
Tron, I'd hate to be on that committee too. And really any like committee that's like making a decision for like an overall arcing, it's just like, I don't want that pressure. I mean, a committee's better because there are other people. You can kind of just lean on them and be like, yeah, totally, I agree with that guy. But there's a lot of
Yeah,
committees
but
that are
that's
just,
not. Then you're not a good committee member if you're
Exactly.
just like,
It's-
that
there's just
guy's
too
got,
much- there's too much
he's
pressure.
on the right track.
I'm trying to keep
I'm just
myself
too
organized. I don't want to be in control of that much more.
Yeah. I would want to take college classes just to learn shit at a college level, so I don't have to go to YouTube and whatever. Like Colin, for one of his electives, just took a wine tasting class, but it was like serious and hard.
Oh, weird.
And I'm like, I would like that. To grow an appreciation of it. I had an honors class I had to take in some fucking elective, whatever. And one of the options, the one I took was early childhood development, and it was like, I would take that class again. Like, I'm curious. Yeah, why not?
I think
I'd have a different mind coming at it this time. So I would try all these different
I
classes.
think for me, the schooling, it was just a too slow of pace. When it's like, hey, today, like for film, it's like, today, I'm going to bring out the red and we're going to put it on the tripod. We're going to go over every button and what it does and all that stuff. But we're not going to film anything today. That'll be next week. Next week, we're going to shoot a small scene, one camera setup, this thing. Cool. The
like
next
that.
week, I'm like, no, fucking give me the camera. Let me go learn.
I'm okay with that.
I'm like, give it to me, put it in my hands.
Yeah,
I'll go
but
run around.
in college, it's the bullshit that is you get a lecture and then you get two, whatever they called them, that were like, I mean, you went to a smaller school, but
Yeah.
it was like, here's 200 people in this classroom. We're going to talk about what we're learning for the week. And then I have to go to that class 2 more times, but it's at a specific time that's separate from the other 200 people with like maybe 10, 15, 20 others total.
Oh.
And it's in a classroom, and it's the homework part, it's just an open class hour. It's where you turn in shit. You have like one of 10, 15 TAs that you talk to. That's your actual contact. But for film, we had the same treatment, even though the classes were not a tenth that size.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It was like, here's 25 people, and we're going to learn some video production bullshit, whatever it is. We're going to learn fucking interview style something. So it would be, we're learning, we're in class lecture. The next 2 classes that were in that week are, we'll call them field work. I don't know what else. They actually had a name. I
Okay.
don't remember. It was like recess. Like, it was a word like that.
Yeah.
Where you would go, and then you would be, the teacher's still there because it's a smaller class. Teacher's there, but now we're out in the fucking campus lawn doing it because it was like a field reporter. It wasn't quite an interview, but that kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
And it was, you have to go rent the tripods, you got to go rent the thing, you got to do it, but it's also, you can do it on your own time. You could do it with the teacher, or you could do it here. It was like office hours. So it was kind of both. I really liked the both.
Every class was 10 to 15 people.
Yeah.
And it was, you had,
Sometimes your classes were, there's not enough people.
there's not enough
Scrap
people.
it.
There's like the first class of everything. There's like, film 101, audio 101, blah, blah. Those were let's take it really slow. The next class in every one of those was, hey, you're coming in and we're doing a million things that day. And then after that, it's like, usually it was just like a project. It was like, hey, now that we did all this stuff on this one day, the rest of the class for the rest of the semester, you're working on these 4 projects, whatever those 4 projects. We need you to make an interactive DVD menu. That's one of your projects you need to do. You need to be able to do a special features thing that'll let you have different options. They each click into a commentary of this or that. Like there's like a whole class that was just the DVD menus, which now is all worthless. But
that is hilarious.
It's like stuff like that. It was like,
that's hilarious.
Here's a class. We learn it all. The rest of the semester is you have these 4 projects to finish them when you can. There will be time where you're in class and some people are like, attendance is important. Other people are like, I don't give a fuck. Show up if you want to. Just if you want to show up, turn in and leave.
That's small school stuff.
It was nice.
Ours was a little bit more regimented, and we had shittier cameras that they just refused to upgrade.
That's
like it had a tape slot. And I'm like, dog, they got a red over at LCC. What is going on? Why am I filming on fucking tape?
We had 2 reds and then one got
well. And the
lost.
thing was because it was like they were teaching us those cameras. Couldn't tell you why, because there's so many features on there that I'm like, these are now completely unrelated to a camera. Like I didn't understand anything digital in that way. Like autofocus was not quite there.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway, but it was weird because anytime it was like some of the classes we had to submit to the Lansing Film Festival. Like that was the project was to submit to a festival. But it had to be done on that camera. In fact, like. It was brought up in question. It was like, we have iPhones at this point.
Yeah.
You know, if Sean Baker can do it, why can't I? But also, my buddy owns I had sold one of the guy who was like the main sort of editor for and videographer for the film club, the Filmmakers Club, had an A7S too.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, why the fuck would I use a different Sony that's, you know, the size of a dog with a tape slot that shoots on fucking 480p, 480i probably, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Just a screen thing, but still. It was just so strange because it was like we would go submit it, and the one that I submitted with you, where like we actually were sort of pseudo against each other, that one I was a filmmakers club project.
Not
so
a
I
class
could use
project.
a camera. We actually used the A7S from what I remember. But the class project ones, they just did shit every time because it was like they look like dog shit. I was like, there's nothing. And then, you know, they're teaching you how to edit film. And I'm like, why the fuck am I ever going to need to, you know, get the whatever that trap machine is? You put them together, you trap it down, you slice it, you tape it. It's like, what am I doing? It was cool. It was cool.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, I'm paying a lot of fucking money to learn something that's just cool. That's in my field for my degree, but it's actual worthless knowledge.
One of the people I talked to in Chicago, an editor for another YouTube, talked about how they use Avid to edit, and I went, "Why do you hate yourself? What are you doing? Who hurt you?" And it wasn't like an older person that I was like, "Oh, this is what you grew up." I was like, I had to learn, and I immediately got off of it. There's so many better options for you.
I never took an actual editing course that was just editing. We took part of our general elective things were courses that were like meant to be general ed.
Yeah.
By the time I was requested to take an editing course, I had already gone into video games. So I was doing 3D animation, which again is still not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
But I made a little Clank from Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, there you go.
That was my little animated guy. 100%.
Nailed it.
I fucking nailed it, dude. I was like, dude, this is sick. I did a little dancing shark with it.
My electives were
Crazy.
Shakespeare and theater. Were my 2 electives.
Terrible. Well, what I was going to say was when I was in the course that was just the general, they actually let you choose your editing software. And because their computer lab, at least the film's computer lab there, was all Macs, I just did a Final Cut Pro. So
I
think 10 had just released.
I had real quick, somebody recently shared, so they brought up that, just real quick as we wrap up, the top 10 highest selling authors in history.
Sure.
They talked about Oda, who wrote...
who wrote the Bible?
Oda, who wrote One Piece, is number 7 of the top selling. So I think every name on here, except for
Peter,
maybe
Paul, and Mary.
2, 3, I don't really know off the top of my head, but if I maybe heard a book by them or something. Sure. But all the ones are people that I know.
Are you going to just read them all to me?
Do you want me to read or do you want to take some guesses?
No, I'm done guessing.
Okay.
I guess Peter, Paul.
So number 10, Stephen King.
Cool.
So One Piece has sold more than Stephen King, which is kind of crazy in my head. There's a bunch of them.
The quantity, yeah.
But-
and they have the old, like, how many Stephen King books sell in the East?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't really know.
Number 9, R.L. Stein. I thought that was pretty cool.
Fuck yeah. More people are readers as kids because they have to be, and then they stop reading.
They're both estimated around 400 million plus. It's like in that range.
Damn.
Number 8, J.K. Rowling at 500 million
Harry Potter,
plus.
sure.
Oda's at 7 with 530 million plus.
One pays.
Then the next one, George Simenon. I don't know this one. Not familiar with it. 700 million plus.
Does it say a book?
No, but he sold and wrote books for 90 plus years. So it's like long time.
Oh, he did for his fictional detective Jules Margaret. So
Probably made like the serial detective.
a serialized detective thing is what it looks like.
Next one is Harold Robbins, 750 million plus is another one I was not familiar with.
The Carpetbaggers.
There we
Yeah,
go.
32 languages. Yeah.
Number 4, Danielle Steele.
Okay.
Was on like
All
every
the
shelf
the
everywhere.
mystery
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Number 3, that was with 900 million plus.
Sure.
Barbara Cartland was 600 million to $1 billion.
Oh, that's a hell of a range.
That's number 3.
Okay, another English writer. Okay, I'm seeing what's the period piece romance?
Yep.
Known as the Queen of Romance. Okay,
There it is. Number 2 with 2+ billion estimated sales.
2 billion. Wow, we went from 1 billion to 2 billion.
Yes. Number 2,
Oh,
Agatha Christie.
huge.
It's
so
always
it's
referenced.
funny because you said once I looked up, I was like, oh, it's this. Agatha Christie came to mind.
Yep.
But I was like, maybe I'm off. Maybe I don't know.
And then kind of like I almost see it as like a cheat, but number 1 selling 2 to 4 billion
the
sales, William Shakespeare, which I think is like
old Billy Boy.
it's like
Bill.
because it's like years active and it's like
He's active. He's still active.
well it's like 50 years, 30 years, 27, 90, 50, 50, 90, 100, 400 years. It's like damn.
Ghost Writers, dude.
Yeah, but anyway, I thought that was just interesting, just having that
No
right because
James
we brought it up
Patterson.
earlier. No James Patterson. I mean, Stephen King
No Dean Koontz.
being 10 is
Yeah,
like
that's pretty crazy.
barely making the list. Is like whoa, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
But anyway, that's all. I just wanted to bring that up because I thought that was interesting. And we also talked about Oda being seen as like a manga writer versus a novelist. He'd be one of the top 10 fantasy writers of all time, but he hasn't thought of it that way because of manga, the different mediums. I like that he's on like the top selling writers because everyone else was a novelist.
Yeah.
William Shakespeare being novelist plays kind of like however you want to work those
Sure,
into
sure.
whatever. But
Are we crediting Homer with anything?
I know that's why
You know,
I
we
didn't see that. Yeah, so it's interesting. Was he the top living? Oh, that's actually a good question.
Yes.
Well,
No, Danielle Steele might be alive.
yeah.
Says she's
77.
77. She's
So-
alive, it seems.
Currently,
Yep. So Danielle Steele.
Danielle Steele at number 4. Probably everyone else
But-
is gone. Is
She's on the brink.
dead.
She's on the brink.
Oh God! Why would you put that out there? You're gonna kill her.
I Schrodinger
You did
Danielle
it.
Steele.
Yep.
Well, she's fucking made enough money. Maybe she should fucking Venmo some of that to the
Whoa.
wildfires, dude.
Well, here's the QR code.
Yeah, Danielle,
Buy
let me send you a
Rolex.
QR code.
All right.
She got the crown on. Look at these jewels. Look at these jewels.
Rude.
What do you think that's worth? What do you think that right there, that necklace is worth? What about this? She's getting fucking strangled by a fucking boa constrictor of pearls. No, she's done good work. She deserves everything
Honestly,
she's gotten.
that necklace that she's wearing there, that's what's stolen in a heist movie. That's like the the Queen's jewels.
This
just got,
one?
yeah, that one.
Yeah, okay, I was like, nah,
Not that one.
no.
The other one was like that's what's stolen.
That's what Joe Chill breaks on Martha's neck in Batman after he kills her. Oh God! Sorry, Danielle.
All right, cool. Well, we're gonna wrap up there. Thanks everybody for listening. Really appreciate it. Stokes, did you have anything else?
I never got anything else.
Then we're gonna wrap up as we. I know you don't, but that's how we usually wrap up the show.
I was
'cause
just
like,
telling you.
yeah, you know, it's a-
I'm going to say it again.
So then
I'm gonna say it again.
we're gonna wrap up as we always do and say sweet dreams, and we'll see you for breakfast.